doing some other stuff.
Would my other spell be summon animal, or I can just do that with the beast master?
Well, no, no, no. If you want, like, that's your animal companion. Summon animal summons a temporary pet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's different. It's a little different. You could take that though, or you are a pixie. You could take summon Fae to summon.
Other crazy pixies?
Yep. If that's something you're interested in doing,
Sounds awesome.
there you go. I mean, generally, summon spells aren't used for like big damage or other stuff, but a lot of them do have like utility abilities. And also having another body on the field, you know, even if it just absorbs a couple of attacks, isn't bad. All right, got the stream open. Got everyone in here. I think everyone has picked their thing, even if some of you guys don't have art yet. But there's no rush on that.
Yeah, I put some art in, but
I
no
have
rush.
updated mine, so I'm good to go.
All right, that's a big bear. All right, so last week, well, not even last week. It was a couple weeks ago now, but who remembers what happened and wants that bonus hero point for the death that's surely coming your way?
We came on some bandits that were attacking the
Well, that was the end of the session, but what happened
tavern.
before that?
Oh, before that,
Yeah, you guys had well, the first session, remember, you met some people, you were friends, you guys went to bed, woke up to bandits. Celine darted into the hallway to get immediately surrounded, dispatched the bandits, more bandits in the little, like, garden courtyard. Um, moved on to the next hallway. You heard someone kind of thrashing about in one of the rooms, um, talking about Halfling, I'm going to find you and smash you. That was where we left off the first session. Second session picked up from there. Um,
I'm back.
welcome back.
Thank you.
I mean, I'll just do a quick recap, and I'll get the hero
Yeah, I
point
mean,
for the
I
enemies.
wasn't here, so
For the enemies.
unfortunately.
yeah, and I don't remember very well.
So yeah, it was a ruined library, and there was this giant in there, kind of fumbling around, trying to find Lindsay the Bard, who was hiding. She would eventually come out when she saw you guys, and the swashbuckler dropped a critical confident finisher, and I think pretty much one shot him. Not that he was at full life; he was already a little beat up, but that was actually funny. You rescued her. She decided to tag along. You guys continued on your way to the Great Hall, where you found a giant guy who was kind of leaning against the door, looking pretty roughed up. I think the swashbuckler crit again with a confident finisher and killed him too. So that was funny twice. Or at least I thought it was funny. You went in there. You guys helped put out some fires with the guard captain and some of the guards. I realized I ran that whole part wrong, but it's okay. You know, I'd never ran a fire encounter before, so I learned something after when I went to look it up. Um, got the fire out, went across the hall or down the what is it, the western wing? Um, fought a few more bandits, found Tartuccio knocked out. I don't remember. Did you guys help him or did you just kind of leave him there? I think you helped him. And he just kind of talked more shit and then disappeared. Found Jathal in the back room tied up, dispatched some more bandits there. Worked your way around to kind of this dueling pit that Lady Jamandi had set up where she was fighting off two other giants, and you guys fought off the last of the bandits and their leader. It was a pretty epic fight. After that, you guys got some rest. Lady Jumandi passed out charters. You guys headed into town, I think. Picked up some stuff. Horses, carts, some tents. Since you guys are kind of bringing this like mini entourage with you, since I think Lindsay, Amiri, and Valerie all decided to join you guys and come along. So 2 wagons, bunch of horses. Spent I think it was by cart. I want to say it was about 2 or 3 days from Restov getting to Oleg's trading post. And when you arrived, there were some bandits that were basically in the middle of doing kind of a shakedown of Oleg and his wife. Guys kind of dove into that, defeated the bandits. None of them were taken alive, unfortunately. But to speed that up too, I also just kind of took their stuff, totaled the gold, and put the gold into you guys' inventory, so we don't have to deal with the selling and stuff right now. For the most part, all they had was just normal stuff. They didn't have anything special. It was just like short sword, leather armor, arrows, short bow. And that's where we left off. Any questions? Uh-oh. I'm hearing bear noises.
I found a noise.
I was yawning. Sorry. No.
Where did you put the bear noise at?
On the
On the
soundboard.
soundboard. All right. I mean,
Oh, how do you add things to that?
if you open the soundboard in when you're in voice, it's at the bottom. There's like a little microphone at the end called Open Soundboard. I didn't know you guys could add
How do you
stuff.
add?
I think, don't you just... Oh, did I leave the channel? I did. My bad, I left the channel.
I was like,
There should just be...
I was their host.
No, I hit the wrong button.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I was trying to click the thing to open it, because there's a little button that should say add sound. And it should let you add it there, I think. Or just ask Cinnamon how she did it, since she did it, so...
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah, just hit the little add sound button. I think it has to be a certain file type and not like huge or anything, but
I got MP3.
yeah. Because we also have
Emotional damage.
Oh, so you just have to find a file.
Yeah.
yeah, you can upload to Discord too. Like the emotional damage one I uploaded from my computer. So but yeah, once the fight ends, Oleg and Svetlana will come up and introduce yourself, and they are very thankful for your intervention. Especially Svetlana, who obviously looks way more relieved than Oleg. You could tell Oleg, he was very upset having to deal with these bandits, and he looks a bit more relieved. And she honestly seems more happy just to see him less grumpy than he had been previously. And they'll welcome you to Oleg's outpost, which is where you find your guys at now. Which is kind of like one of the only trading posts, if that is the proper title, even if it's not much yet. But I'm kind of the closest trading post to the Greenbelt where you guys are headed. And he'll actually ask you guys. He says he sent word to Restov about a week ago. And it got word back recently that they were going to be sending some guards to station here, as well as some adventurers would be passing through. And he says, I assume that is you all then.
You assume correctly.
Good. Well, make yourselves at home. If you guys have anything you want to pick up before you head out, we don't have too much in stock, but if you're looking for anything specific, I might be able to put an order in and have it delivered in the future. And you guys are certainly welcome to stay in the guest house for the evening for helping us deal with those bandits.
Lovely. Do you have any mounts for my bear?
A mount for your bear?
Yes.
Like a horse for the bear to ride?
No, for me to ride the bear.
Oh, you mean a saddle?
Yeah.
Oh, um, we have some horse saddles. Maybe we could jerry rig it a bit to fit on there. You're kind of small though, but I'm sure we could work something out. Can't say I've ever seen a sprite before, much less one riding a bear. So that's something. Yeah, let's I don't know. Let's see what we could do. That's kind of yeah. All right. So let's see here. Barding
Trying to wrap
saddle.
his trying to
Wow.
wrap his head around that.
Yeah, he's a little confused. Oh, those are like magic saddles. Easiest thing to do would probably just say that the saddle comes included with some light barding if you wanted to pick it up for the bear. Give him a little AC boost. Costs about 10 gold.
Cool.
So if you want that, you can take the gold out, and yeah, you and him will set to work on adding the barding to this bear, and I'll throw it on his little inventory there. So he has a little saddle and some like little leather armor on. What about the rest of y'all? Do you guys need anything? Potions, food for the road.
You know, some potions sound like a good idea.
Resi's kind of looking through the. Or yeah, Resi's kind of looking through her bag. She's like got like pretty much
Yeah.
all the potions from.
Honestly, you guys have a shitload of potions. I saw that earlier too.
Yeah.
I was comparing. I was looking
Oh.
at everyone's inventory, and I got to Resi, and I was blinking a few times because Resi, you have like 177 gold worth of shit, and I'm like, how does everyone have like on average like 105, and you have 100? And then I saw the fucking just mass potions in your bag.
Yeah, 'cause I think.
I
Yeah,
have the
People
Resi.
were having problems
Yeah.
carrying the weight. I think.
Agree.
Yeah.
and so Resi just kind of.
Yeah.
That's right, we did.
Yeah, you guys have plenty of potions. Since you guys do have the cart, you guys can use the party sheet again as for the stash if you want to stash like extra stuff in there. Just you're kind of limited to when you can do it though. Like when you're near the carts. Obviously, if you're in the middle of a cave and the cart is way outside parked, you won't be able to use it or pull stuff out. But like right now, for example, if you want to store some potions there so people can take them when needed, it might be a good idea. But yeah, you guys have plenty of potions.
I do have a question. The
Mhm.
healer's toolkit that we have. Is this a one-time use
No,
item?
no, no.
or-
It is reusable. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And you guys also got 4 more horses from the bandits who are too dead to claim them, basically.
Complain?
Yeah, I mean, you have 2 wagons. You had 4 horses before. Now you have 8 horses and 2 wagons. So you guys are kind of balling deep. But you know what? That could be helpful. If some of you guys need to mount up to go somewhere, you now have 4 extra horses.
Right.
In case you don't want to bring the wagons or constantly be hitching and unhitching horses from it. So.
Do they have any unique items here?
No, it really is like a small little trading post, kind of just in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
He has like the very basic gear. Restov is pretty close by. You guys did get here in about 2-3 days, and they definitely have more items if there's something you want to specially order. It would be up to you to kind of do the research to what that may be, and you're still kind of limited by your personal level. I don't really think unique items start showing up until a bit higher than 2, so.
Indeed.
I'm fine. I'm gonna save what I have. So.
Same.
Alright, so yeah, you got some bear armor, you got the other stuff, and eventually, you guys will spend some time, I assume, relaxing and maybe chatting with your your new friends here, perhaps over dinner, which they invite you to. Since you're going to stay the night anyway, since you guys did arrive kind of towards the late afternoon, early evening. And you guys get to chatting over dinner while Svetlana's cooking, and Oleg's just kind of he rambles a little bit, um, talking about if he were a younger man and he didn't have to worry about Svetlana here, he would have showed those bandits something. And he's sick and tired of their bullshit and
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
yeah, kinda.
Maybe you should strengthen your defenses around here.
He says, "Oh yes, that is the plan. Restov's actually planning to send over a small detachment of guards to take up at the trade post here. It's just it takes a little bit of time, to sort out all the bureaucratic stuff. To be honest, the guards would be appreciated, but I'm much happier out here away from all of that nonsense than being, in the town itself."
Yeah.
Oh, what nonsense.
Just, bureaucracy and politics and all of that stuff. I don't. We dealt with it for a long time back in Restov, and I think both Svetlana and myself are quite tired of it. Truth be told, it's why we chose to move out here. Of course, no one told us that they were going to be sending you adventure folk out this way to try to settle in the Stolen Lands, which, obviously, no offense, if you succeed, that means that my little slice of wilderness will be less wild, and I'll be sad for that. But I don't wish any ill will upon you, and hopefully you guys succeed out there. Just maybe stay a little further out.
Glad to have your support in the new civilization of Cinnamon.
Resi looks over. It's like,
The-
we haven't picked a name yet.
Civilization of Cinnamon. Well, I mean, I suppose there's worse names. And yeah, as you guys have dinner, and Svetlana's kind of bringing in dishes and other stuff. Oleg kind of leans over the table and kind of speaks in like a more hushed tone. He says, "So, since you guys are planning to head out into the Greenbelt anyway, perhaps you'd be willing to do me a little favor. I'd be willing to pay you, of course. So, those bandits, they started coming around about, it must have been like 3 months ago now. Came through, kind of just cleaned us out for the most part. We've been making do with what little we have to try to rebuild up the stock, only for them to show up again, a month later and kind of repeat the process. One of the last times they came through, though, one of the bandits saw my wife's wedding ring. And, I like to think there are limits to banditry, but apparently that's not the case. So they took it, and, Svetlana insists that it's fine, that it's no big deal, she can get another ring, but I can tell that it really bothers her, and it would mean a lot to both of us if you could get that ring back."
Where are these bandits?
So, as far as I can tell, just kind of based on when they show up and everything else, I'm guessing they're about a day's ride away from here. I don't think they're stationed too terribly far out. Just kind of given the state of their gear, the time of their arrival, and everything else. They could certainly be stationed a little further out, maybe 2 days at most, but 1, 2 days ride from here sounds about right. Um, although I should warn you, when the bandits first showed up, there were actually pretty close to a dozen of them. Um, the second time they came, there was maybe like, I don't know, like 8. Uh, third time, 6. And then this most recent time, well, I guess that actually was the most recent time. So ignore that last part. I think there was like, what, 6 of them? 5 of them?
Hmm.
And yeah, he will give you guys this quest here.
Do you see which way they went?
He says, "Oh yeah, southwest, as far as I can tell, down the road. You might even be able to pick up some of the tracks that their horses have left behind. To be honest, we don't get very much traffic through here. Most of the people that do come through are kind of locals that are also living kind of out in the wilds. You know, herbalists, hunters, people like that."
Hmm.
And we'll set that as one of your in-progress quests if you want to check that quest log. Go to the little journal book like we discussed before at the top right, and then at the bottom there's a little box called quest log. If you open that up, you'll see the quest there.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Yep, there's honestly, like, there are so many freaking quests in Kingmaker that I think we'll all be glad that this is here, because even I'm probably going to forget some of the stuff, so.
Fair.
So yeah, you know, she'll bring out, you know, a little bit of dessert. It's nothing like terribly fancy. But, you know, you guys have a pretty good um, evening kind of chatting about things. And do you guys have any questions about the area you want to ask or anything else?
Any?
More creatures around?
Yeah, that.
Monster types?
Any what?
What kind of creatures are around?
Oh,
Animals, monsters?
you know, obviously there's wolves. You know, the area is pretty heavily forested to the southwest and south of here, so the standard stuff you'd find there. But in addition to that, I did hear from the local herbalist that there was a cave filled with giant spiders that he was. Apparently, he's been having bad luck trying to sneak in there to get something. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to get. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't seen him today, but I'm sure he'll be back there before too long. So yes, obviously some giant spiders. I think I heard rumors that there was some owl bears in the forest, but I can't substantiate those rumors. Kobolds. What are those other creatures called? They're little blue fey creatures. Yeah, he seems like he's having a problem remembering the name.
Should Cinnamon
Resi
know?
kind of, yeah, Resi kind of looks over
Give
at Cinnamon.
me a nature check, private.
Cinnamon is like, it wasn't me.
It was my cousin. No. uh, private nature. Private
Yep.
nature.
You're probably pretty good at those.
This is a matter of a private nature.
Indeed. And Cinnamon, you know immediately just based on the little description of like these little blue kind of fey creatures. You're like, oh, it's a mitfoot. They're like little gremlins.
Nah, they should be fine. They're harmless.
Let's see if we have a little. We have some art here.
Lovely
Oh, they're
looking
cute.
creature.
Very cute.
He says, yeah, for the most part, you know.
Is there anything about the terrain out there? Is there heavily forested areas?
Oh,
There's that cave of spiders, it sounds like.
yeah, I think the Cave of Spiders, if what he says is to be believed, is actually kind of off more to the southeast, in the hills over there. Whereas most of the southwest, west, and the deep south of the region towards the river is much more heavily forested. Um, so definitely, you guys have a big enough band. You could certainly navigate through the forests, though you might have a bit easier time, maybe setting up camp in the plains outside of the forest and maybe just taking the horses in rather than trying to take a whole wagon through. But you know, you might be able to manage. I don't know. I admit I don't know too much about the terrain there.
Hmm. Well, I can ride Pepper.
Well, we should take care of the bandits.
Yeah, I mean, the bandits are our quest and should be our first priority, but uh, there's certainly quite a bit out here that we could spend time doing once those are taken care of.
Says, oh, if you guys are planning to deal with the bandits anyway, one of Lady Jumandi's people actually came out recently. Apparently, they put up a bounty, and he'll lead you guys over to a small kind of bounty board. It's actually not on the map, but we'll just say it's kind of like up here-ish. Actually, maybe like which is the main building again? Yeah, probably here, like outside the doorway over here, and the guest house is down here. And it is, you can check your quest log. There is another quest, which is the wanted poster. These bandits need to be shown that their actions will not be tolerated. Kill or capture enough bandits to send a message to their leader. Defeat 6 or more bandits, either killing them with proof of death or bringing them captive to Oleg's.
Okay.
Also, the bottom part is me writing that out of character, but yeah, the initial encounter that you guys just had with the 5 here doesn't count towards that.
Was didn't he mention like his friend was lost? Is that not a quest or
Oh, you wanna? I mean, he says, you know, his herbalist friend lives out of town. He doesn't come around all the time, though he does frequent this place pretty often.
So possible spider cave.
Yeah, he's been trying to get something out of this cave. Hasn't really said what he's trying to get out of the cave, but
I assume spiders.
he says, "Oh no, I think the spiders have lived there. I think he's trying to get some sort of alchemical concoction or an ingredient of some kind out of the cave.
Spider juices.
It's
Mushrooms.
I'm not.
Venom?
You know that it could be spider juice. I admit I don't. I'm not.
Isn't it venom? Instead
Well,
of
I think
juice?
you're thinking of the poison. I assume if you stab into one,
Yeah,
like blood could be considered spider
that
juice.
ichor
Yeah.
or
So
whatever.
I don't. You know, I'm not a
Spider
veterinarian.
juice.
I really don't know for certain. I'm just a
I think I like my
Arachnophobia.
technical term of juice.
I'm just a trader, man. You know,
I don't, it's rough.
I trade. You know,
And you're a man.
it's true. I'm a trading man. But yeah, I think old Boken. Oh, that's his name. Sorry, it just came back to me. He actually has a little hut to the east of here. I can't really say how far east of here because, like I said, he doesn't show up on any sort of schedule. He just, some days he's here, sometimes we don't see him for weeks, and I'm like, oh, old Boken's dead. And then he shows up a few days later. So, might be worth looking into, though, if you need, the help of, someone knows how to make potions and stuff like that.
Refresh my memory. How long have we been traveling since we got here?
From rest off, since you guys had horses, this is the third day that you guys have been on the road from rest off.
Is it like daytime or?
No. You guys this is all happening during
Okay.
dinner, so it's probably
okay.
like 7, 6, 7, 8
Alright.
o'clock. While you guys are kind of just chatting about things.
So we're gonna stay here for the night.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
say
that was the plan.
for fighting off the bandits and everything else, he did say you guys are welcome to use the guest house whenever you guys would like.
Okay, so this can be our main base type thing.
For the time being, till you get your
Oh,
kingdom
you-
stuff going, yeah.
Yeah.
We do a night's rest now.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's any other questions you want to
We can-
ask or anything else, you can certainly
Can we
rest.
get hurt?
No, for the most part, those bandits got freaking destroyed,
Yeah.
like bad.
How-
Like I think I'm gonna have to scale up some of the encounters because I think a lot of and we're on an ad break
Are
real
you-
quick anyway. So if you need to go use the bathroom, get water, feel free. But I'm probably gonna scale up some stuff because I think Kingmaker by default is only for 4, and we have 6. So.
Or you don't have to, and we can just.
Just well, I mean, the problem is that I worry that you guys
things are
might.
going-
Well, it's less that it'd be too
The
easy.
rolls could always be bad.
No, they could, but it's also the fact that you guys might end up at a fight that's level 7 and still be level 5 because it's diluting the XP because there's 6 of you, so you're not
Yeah.
leveling up as fast.
That's true.
Even though technically, Ariel doesn't count if you look at. Well, I don't know if you guys can see it, the XP being sent out, but yeah, technically it's just being divided by 5. I don't need to super pump it up, but I might
mean,
throw in an extra
technically, we
enemy or two.
we don't really need an extra NPC at this point, but
You'll be surprised by some of the stuff coming up.
True.
If you've played the game, you'll know. But I hope no one's played the game because that would be cheating.
Though I did
I played
get
the
a little.
PC game, but I didn't really.
Yeah, there are definitely some spots in Kingmaker that can be a little rough, especially too because there's a lot of kind of fights of attrition because the entire area isn't settled. So you find yourself in a bad spot. There is no safe place to run back to that isn't like days away.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
I
So-
will say I did start doing some Wrath of the Righteous.
It's a good ass game.
I had picked it up beforehand. I just never really got into it. So I was like, I also own Kingmaker because I got him at the same time. But I was like, I'll hold off on that one.
Yeah. Wrath is definitely, even just in terms of just them learning from making the first game mechanically superior. And I think I liked the story maybe a little bit more, though it does get a little unhinged the further you go.
Yeah.
I'm really curious how that translates into, gonna translate into like a tabletop version because the mythic stuff and everything else is gonna be insane. And how do you do it, for example, with a party where everyone wants a different mythic path? In the game, the main character picks and the companions, that's just it.
Yeah.
But if Cinnamon wants to go Azada and Ramornia wants to go Lich and all that, I don't know
Yeah.
how the hell that's gonna work out, but
I mean, everyone. I mean, it might be that they kind of be like, "Hey, the player's doing this, and this is the
Well,
side quest they have to do."
I assume it's just gonna force everyone into one because it would cause the narrative doesn't even make sense if you even have two, with the exception of maybe Azada and Angel together. Like almost all of them are at odds with all of the other ones.
Right?
Is the
Yeah.
problem. Like you can't have devil and demon and lich because they all
No.
hate each other anyway, so that's never gonna work. But yeah, we're back from
And
ad break.
how's a lich gonna work
I mean, there is
in a good
technically
party?
there is a lich AT you can actually take. It is level 12 though. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need souls, and
no, I know, and
that's bad.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, there's just so many issues with that they're gonna have to work out. Oh, we were talking about how Wrath of the Righteous will translate to an actual tabletop game, and the myriad of problems that are gonna be getting that to work with mythic paths and everyone trying to pick their own. But we're back on. So, any other questions, or I guess you guys have called it a night. Get
Yeah,
a nice
gonna
night.
rest.
Yep, get a nice night's sleep. Waking up bright and early the next morning, and Svetlana will feed you guys a bit of breakfast. It's nothing fancy. Again, like I said, they're like a humble trading post out here, but some fresh stew, fresh bread, hearty meal before
Well,
you and your giant entourage head back out.
my
Yeah.
character does not mind roughing it.
Yep. So what we'll do, um, we will go to our map here, and you guys, it'll be kind of up to you guys where you guys want to go from where we are right now. So as you know, we're right here, and I think I can I toggle this to show on the map? Oh, it's already kind of there, the little house. That's Oleg's. So yeah, he
And
did.
the bandits are down here.
He did say like southwest, and he did say since they always come up the west road. He's guessing somewhere in the southwest. And he did say
Okay.
kind of just based on his guesstimation, there may be a day or two's ride away. Since you guys are mounted, um, provided you're in non-difficult terrain, you can usually move 2 hexes per day. When you move into the forest, it will only be 1 hex per day, though, because that is, it takes a little more time to navigate through this kind of forest than it does to kind of just go down this road here like you guys had been previously.
They said it was a western road.
Yeah, the western road kind of goes out of town and it goes down into the forest before the road itself kind of disappears. That's what leads him to believe that it's, kind of southwest, southern area. Um, Plus, kind of makes sense. The bandits probably aren't going to set up in a fucking clearing, you
Yeah.
know. And then he also mentioned that, Boken somewhere out to the east. So what are you guys thinking?
If we're going to the south or whatever, we get into the forest area. Could I use survival or nature to try to
Yeah,
guide us better?
yeah. I mean, I think there's a couple of you guys that are pretty well trained in this. So yeah, first, where do you guys
They
want to
did
go?
tell
Because
us that
right
there
now,
was
yeah, right now you guys are here.
definite tracks.
You can move here. You can move here. You can move here. What's the consensus as a group? You guys want to
So-
Do we
try?
want to skirt the forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or go through it right away?
I mean, they might be in it, so we're probably gonna have to head that way. So I'd probably say through it.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone in agreement, head right here and see what happens.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Sure.
Like I said, the road for the most part kind of leads into the forest there anyway before the road kind of vanishes. And it's not like a major road like the road you guys traveled in. It's kind of more just like like a little trail. But yeah, you guys will, and you spend the first kind of, few hours of the day just getting to the forest edge, and then spend kind of, the next half of the day on towards the early evening, just getting into the the main part of the forest itself to right there. And let's do. So what we're gonna do is people have different kind of options here for what they want to do. If you want to like look for tracks and people passing, that's certainly a thing you can do with survival.
I'll
If you hold on, let me lay them all out before
yeah,
people
yeah.
start picking stuff. If you want to potentially, just like wildlife and other stuff, stuff of like the naturey thing, nature obviously. If you just want to be just generally looking around for any points of interest or other things, you can do perception. So, yeah, we're going to do perception, nature, or survival. And, just kind of tell me what you are trying to accomplish with the roll. And they'll all be private, so.
I'll use my survival to pick up tracks or
All right.
Yeah, I'll do
perception.
survival too.
All right. So that's two for
Survival's scrappy.
survival. Looking for tracks. What did you say you wanted to do, Resi? Survival as well?
Survival.
All right, so
Yeah.
two. And
oops.
Celine, what were you trying to do?
Perception.
Just general look around? All right. What about you, Ramornia and Cinnamon?
Remordia is going to look around, so use perception.
Okay.
Um, Sounds like we already a couple survival rolls. I'll do a nature and see what's in our vicinity.
All right, yeah. Got some rolls here. Some rolls. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I was just trying to figure out why some of the rolls are in blue and some of the rolls are in red.
What does it mean?
Well, no, one of them, some people are doing GM only and some people are doing secret, but that's fine. I assume you can't see the results of your own rolls anyway?
No,
No.
I
saw
can't.
mine.
Okay,
I
so
saw mine.
all right,
Got
yeah, that's fine. So yeah, make sure they're the blind ones going forward. But
Yeah, it said blind, but it,
Yeah, I put
what
mine
did
blind
you guys hit
still.
that got the right one? Resi, what did you hit when you rolled it?
Blind.
Okay. All right, yeah, we'll just I know some shit happens. It's fine. All right, so Resi, you don't really have too much trouble following horse tracks that kind of match up with basically the number of horses you kind of expected, given that you saw the four in town and it kind of lines up with the number of people you saw. Does look like they're heading kind of southwest towards the river. And Celine,
So they're
you.
down by the river.
It does seem like they might be down by the river. And Celine, while you guys are kind of traveling through this hex, you're just kind of spending some time, looking around, taking in landmarks, picking up stuff like that. You see a clearing. Not really near the tracks, and the tracks don't really head towards this particular clearing. But there is a large clearing that looks like sort of an outdoors garden of sorts. But there are currently 4 small reptilian, kind of dragonoid looking humanoids that are currently laying kind of in this like garden area with these baskets of what look like radishes.
I would point that out to the rest of the party.
Hmm.
Do we want to investigate or?
Probably not a bad idea.
All right, what about the rest of you? What do you guys think?
Ooh, radishes.
Yummy.
All right, so how do you guys want to investigate? What's the plan?
Hmm.
Charge right in?
Nah, I mean, Resi would probably try and do a little bit of scouting.
All right. What about the... If you want to try to sneak closer to get a better look, you can give me a blind stealth. If it shows on the thing, and it's a good roll, you don't get to keep it, you just lose it. But if it shows a bad roll and you didn't blind, you have to keep it. To encourage people to do the right one. Anyone else want to try to sneak up there? Alright, I'm seeing some rolls now. I'm seeing some rolls.
Is it
It'll be,
blind?
yeah, blind GM roll, not private GM roll.
Okay.
I think it's the private one that does the other weird one.
Which one are we rolling? Stealth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want
no.
to try to get closer.
Yeah.
I'll try. I'm not trained in it though.
I mean, you might do alright. Or you might not, you know. Wow. That's something.
Unfortunate.
So yeah, you guys creep closer, and while a number of you are being fairly quiet,
Except for that part.
you know, to which, actually no, Celine, you did fine. We don't have a hellhound, sound effect, but it's actually Ramornia, who's also being a little loud, trying to sneak in with her dog. And you too, Grax, surprisingly, you know, you're kind of, you know, you're usually a stealthy guy, or you like to think so. Or maybe you don't. But you just seem to find, like, every single dead leaf you can step on to make, like, a little satisfying crunch as you go.
And dry twig.
And, yeah, as soon as you guys kind of even get to the edge of the clearing, the four of these little creatures have all stood up and grabbed their little spears and are kind of looking around, and speaking to each other in a language that, let me see. See if you guys know the language. Let me double check what they speak anyway.
I probably do not.
Oh no, they speak common, so yeah, you guys would get it. And one of them, and it's obvious he's looking a little full from all of the radishes. He likely has eaten, and he's, you know, he's a little wobbly on his feet and kind of holding up his hand to like belch, like. Bleh. Who goes there?
I put up my hands. Just adventurers.
He says, "Oh, and what brings you to our most glorious radish patch? Not come to steal, I hope."
Looking for bandits.
Did you say you're bandits?
Looking for bandits.
Oh, okay. Give me a diplomacy. It'll be blind as well.
Another thing I'm excellent in.
I mean, you do have a bunch of people that are trained. If they want to give you the aid action, they can also roll blind. It would give you a +1 to 3 potentially on your roll. You know, obviously Selena Ramornia, you don't have to try to help him, but
Would
And-
we do that if we
Yeah,
can?
we can.
you just make a diplomacy roll as well. It would just be considered an aid action to aid his attempt. But I think you might be limited to just one aid action, so one of you
Yeah.
guys can do it. Whoever's feeling lucky.
What is yours at? Or can we say?
Yeah, you can. I assume you're probably, if you're both trained in it and you're both charisma classes, I assume you have the same.
Well, I'm untrained,
Oh,
but I have a +4 in it.
well, you can't. I don't think you can do 8 if you're untrained anyway. So,
Mine's
Oh,
plus
okay.
8.
okay, and you're trained, right?
I follow you.
Yeah, I am.
All right, yeah. So just roll me a blind diplomacy to kind of help him out.
Rizzy is staying out of sight.
All right, so yeah, kind of like looks at you. He says, "Oh, well, you don't plan to pillage our radish field, and you're just looking for those bandits. Yeah, they're camped out to the, well, down by the river. I don't really know. Like I can get there, but I don't know what direction that is."
Uh, could you show us?
He's,
Like, walk us there?
oh gosh, it would take at least a day to get there from here. I'm very full. It might take even longer. If you want to wait till tomorrow, we can leave tomorrow morning and maybe get there in 2 days. Little legs don't go very fast.
I shake my head.
What is he again?
What is who?
He's a reptile of some kind?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to try to identify what he is? You can do that. That is a thing.
Sure.
If you want to do a recall knowledge, you can use society if you like.
Sure, I'll try that. Blind, I'm assuming.
Yep. So, Celine, after spending a little bit of time kind of looking at this small, like little dragon reptile creature, you are fairly certain that this is a kobold.
Okay.
Cute little scaly things.
Yeah, like look at him.
Okay, he's less cute.
What do you mean? He's epic.
So did he say like he knows where it is, but he can't show directions?
Basically, he's giving you the equivalent of I navigate by landmark. I don't navigate by northeast, southwest. He can definitely point you in the
Can
direction,
I get
though.
there from here?
And if you ask him to just kind of point in the direction you're in, it would be to the southwest, yes.
Oh, okay. We could probably just go that way then.
All right, good luck. I need to get back to my nap. I'm very tired.
Well, I also wanted to ask if your radishes are for sale.
How much?
How about 5 silver for a bunch?
Sure. Plenty of radishes.
Okay.
Can part with a few.
Cool. And she'll just hand him the silver.
All right, yeah, and he'll hand you one of the little baskets of radishes they already picked.
These look tasty. Thank you.
Very good, yes. All right, going back to nap now.
I think I have to break down my silver because I have 3 pieces.
Yeah, you should be able to just go -5 and then tell it to remove. There's a little checkbox at the bottom you can hit. If you hit the little minus arrow and you put 5 silver in, so it'll remove the coin amount, not just the coin itself. He'll make change.
Oh,
He pulls out his
Cool.
little cash register.
does he have a visor on too?
He's got a little visor on, a cigar in his mouth. All right, so yeah, you guys will spend the better part of this day just kind of looking for the tracks, kind of exploring this part of the forest, talking to the kobolds and everything else. Each of these hexes, I believe, I want to say, are either 12 or 16 miles. So yeah, it's you guys cover a fair bit of ground, but it does take you pretty much all day. So eventually evening sets in. You might be a good time to try to find a camp. That's something you guys are interested in doing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where is my... There we go. Let's progress the day forward. We forgot to see what kind of weather we were having today. Sunny.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I have a mod for it. It was a sunny day today while all this happened.
Okay.
Zach, give me... Who wants to be your designated... I guess a couple of you could do it. Potentially. It would mean you might be going in different directions, so if you get ambushed, you might have some problems. But you can either stay together and give me one survival check, or you can kind of... To try to better your chances of finding a camp, you can definitely try to split up a little bit.
I'm thinking stay together for now.
Yeah.
I mean,
What?
we're
What's?
on level 2.
Yeah. What's your plus to survival?
You should be able
Mine
to
is
see it in the party
5.
sheet.
Oh, actually,
Mine-
thank you.
Mine's only
Mine is
plus 1.
one.
I'm trained.
+8.
Okay.
Oh, +8 person.
Okay, yeah, because I only got a +4, so
Yeah, the wisdom class is gonna... Alright, give me a blind GM roll, Cinnamon, as you kind of ride around on your bear's back looking for... one of you guys want to aid her, you certainly can. You can also blind roll it.
I'll aid.
Alright, give me a blind survival as well. Let's get some... Alright, so you guys spend... probably the better part of an hour looking for a camp. Everywhere you find just doesn't really kind of fit the criteria you've set. You want something that's not going to be easy to notice at initial glance. Potentially offering you a little bit of protection for the elements if it does rain, given that it is kind of the rainy season in the area. But after that first hour, you don't really find anything that meets your needs.
Oh boy.
You can certainly try again. It's an option.
I'll try again.
yeah, I'll aid.
All right. Set blind. Give me some blind rolls. Yeah, you both rolled kind of. It wasn't great. Whereas this time, as it starts to get a little darker going into that second hour, with what last bit of sun you have left, you guys do find a nice spot to camp in for the night. Close enough to the tracks that you aren't worried you're going to lose them, but far enough away that if anyone else were to come down that road, they very likely would not notice you. Just a little bit of an embankment underneath, kind of a little patch of trees, the little clearing, and yeah, you set up camp for the night. Well, let's use our camping sheet again. We haven't used this. Now that you guys are in the actual wild, if it'll open for me. Come on, there you go. We'll see if it opens for you guys. And do I have to show it to you guys again? I might have to show it to you.
Yeah, nothing's popping up on my side.
Yep, give me a
Yeah.
sec here. I like this thing because I thought it was cool, but it's for me, it always pops up obviously easy. For you guys, it's a bit more. Did it pop up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh crap, and then I closed it. Give me a sec. All right. So I assume everyone is going to eat. You guys did spend a while, um,
Yes.
you know, looking for this camp. So we'll get everyone in there. We'll consume some rations. I think it's just going to probably take all from one person at a time, which is fine. So that'll be 8 rations that you guys eat. We'll do.
Cinnamon will try her radishes.
There you go. I mean, technically, that's basically the equivalent of more rations right there. So.
Do we have to eat press consume
No. It would have auto taken it off of someone's sheet. It's not taking it from each person, but one person will have definitely lost 8 of their rations. So. But yeah, you guys have enough stuff for now. But yeah, you guys will all awaken rested. And we will go ahead a day. Let's see what our weather for today is. It is another beautiful sunny day. No wind. It's just nice. Where do you guys want to go?
Keep on following the trail.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to head down to this square? Oh, hold on. Not pinging, I assume, to here?
Yes.
All right. As we'll move down there. All right, so give me 1 second here. Guys, head down to the river. The tracks kind of lead to kind of a northern point on the river before they follow the river down south. Right now, you guys are basically at the river itself, and the horse tracks look like they kind of, like I said, they follow the river down south. You guys want to follow the tracks in further? Maybe strategize a bit before you go in, charge in, and hope that the bandit camp isn't just, like 50 feet away? What's the plan here?
Resi
She's
offers
stealth, I
to try and sneak in a bit to see what she finds.
Do your thing.
All right, so you're going to sneak in. Anyone want to sneak with her? Are we doing a one-man operation?
I would, but I'd probably hinder them.
I mean, there's advantages and
Yeah,
benefits
okay.
both ways. The advantage is you guys are all together. The disadvantage is if she's like 100 feet away from you guys or more, and she gets seen, it's gonna take you guys several turns to get there. So
I'll stealth.
it's one of those things you have to consider. There's no telling how far you might have to sneak. Like I said, the tracks go down the river. You can't see anything from where you are yet, but you don't know how far you might have to go.
Well, she's scouting, so it's not like she's gonna go into the camp.
Well, I know, but the enemy still has a perception versus you even scouting at the outside.
Yeah.
That's what lookouts do. Like, you're looking for them, but they're also looking for people. So, all right, so yeah, give me some stealth checks if you're stealthing. If you guys just want to go in, less stealthy. Maybe later get out a little bit ahead. And then the rest of you guys kind of follow after.
Yeah, I would say Resi would probably say like, wait 5 minutes or wait 10 minutes.
Oh shit, bro! If you get caught 10 minutes away, you're dead as fuck. Just so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah,
like
give it 5
even
minutes and then-
consider an average round of combat.
yeah,
Like
6
five,
seconds. I know,
yeah. So that's 10 actions. That's for you like 90 feet of movement. Like 5 minutes out, you're gonna be out there.
Right. I mean, right, but sneaking is also at half speed.
That is true.
So
That
you-
is true.
So you do need to account for that they're not going to be moving quickly and where
Oh,
they're
I know,
going.
but like I said, 5 minutes is still a ways. But I'll punch it up on a calculator.
That's like 5 minutes of sneaking is 2.5 minutes of running.
That is true. What's your movement speed currently?
25.
Okay, so you'll actually only be able to sneak at 10. So
Yeah.
that's actually not going to be too crazy.
Yeah.
And times You're only going to be like 2.5 football fields away. Well, 250 feet, not yards. My bad. 3 feet in a yard. All right. So yeah, she is sneaking ahead. The rest of you are kind of sneaking up with her. Celine, you rolled for me. Grax, go ahead and roll too, because you guys are all kind of creeping up a little ways.
You want me to roll again?
No, Grax. I was looking for who hadn't rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
So you guys will spend a little bit of time sneaking up. And eventually, Rezi, you do see what you guess is their kind of camp. It's actually fairly well, not necessarily camouflaged, but it blends in decently well with the environment itself. And it's not set right up against the river, but rather maybe like 50 feet or so from the river itself, kind of where the forest is back to being thicker again. But there is a clearing there. And let's see here. Let's see what you'd be able to see from where I have you. Let me open the map here. So basically, the river itself, kind of heading down and around. It looks like they've kind of... there's a small stream that kind of breaks off from the river itself. And it looks like that they've basically set up their camp kind of around this smaller stream that branches off that larger river. And it does look like they have a number of structures put up. None of them are, super well made, but they do have a guard tower on both sides of this kind of stream. And then a kind of campfire that's set up with a number of bandits that are kind of sitting around it currently, chatting amongst themselves.
Well, we found them. Shall we try and sneak a little bit closer, or do you think it's just better to just make our way? Like, how many people can they see?
Alright, so you'll make your way back to discuss with your party a little bit.
Yep. They're kind of just sneaking back and kind of relaying, but also kind of doing a head count of as many of people she can see, and reporting back.
All right. From where you are, you can really only see the 2 guards, one that's in each tower. But just based on the number of voices, you are fairly certain there's at least probably 3, if not 4 times that kind of around the area.
Okay, so about 6 to 8 people. Okay. All right. Yep. So yeah, you'll sneak back with whoever is up there with her and report in.
So there's guard towers?
Yeah, they're
No.
like I said, they're not
Yeah.
they're not like full on like made of rocks or anything else. They kind of have these small like little elevated wooden platforms that are maybe about 10 feet off the ground, that are kind of like right up just above the tree line of some of the smaller trees that are letting them kind of look out. But by the same token is also making them a little easier to see from further out.
Well, we all know the answer to that. Fire.
I mean, you could certainly burn down the forest. It's not going to help you set up your kingdom here, but let it never be said I didn't give you guys options.
I don't think we should set the forest on fire.
Not the forest, just you know, that's what we call goblins call a controlled blaze.
Yeah, if goblins are calling them that, it's anything but a controlled blaze.
Oh, very true. Like Resi is sure like what she's describing as a controlled blaze, but like everyone else is like, yeah, no, that sounds like utter chaos.
That fire is 0% contained. That is not a controlled blaze.
Nope.
I mean, we can take these guys.
Sure.
Yeah, it was like we took the ones back at the trading post, you know, discounting that I wasn't there for that, but you know, like there was the fight at the manor, there's a fight at the trading post. You know, Resi is like 110% confident, um, but just doesn't want to rush in without letting everyone else have a little bit of the glory.
Okay, so we can't do a Rambo and take out the guards and stuff like that type thing.
Well, they're on platforms, so you gotta not only sneak in while they're watching, but then get up the platforms. So
Yeah.
if you think you're that stealthy, then we
And
could definitely
keep in
Rambo
mind
it.
too, like your spells, like even the further ones are like 60 yards. They're gonna see you way before you get in range to shoot a spell.
Yeah. So no sniper rifles?
Obviously not. When Starfinder comes out next month,
That's
though,
okay.
maybe.
Oh, and go.
Yeah, I kind of want to play some Starfinder when that finally comes out.
Mm.
Pathfinder in space,
Uh,
So
I'm down.
that's path.
It's
okay.
Pathfinder in space. If you can play Pathfinder 2e, you'll be
Okay.
able to play Starfinder 2e because it uses all the same combat and everything else. It's just Pathfinder in space.
No, not in space.
So, new races, new
Oh, that's so
classes,
interesting.
laser swords, sniper rifles,
Oh my.
mirror image technology on the weird like agent class.
Lightsabers.
Yeah, like no, it's everything that you're thinking it would be. So,
it's backwards and forwards compatible.
yeah, technically you can use I don't want to get too far off thing, but I think it's considered in the same universe as Pathfinder. So
Oh yeah, no, it's
those
just like,
those races exist. Like you could be a fucking elf or a tiefling in space. There are other races too, but you can definitely, you know,
yeah.
So this
space
is like
elf.
Spelljammer for
It
D&D.
actually gives me Warhammer Fantasy to 40k vibes, but less grimdark
Yeah.
than
Oh, it
40k.
does. Okay.
And that you
Yeah.
know it's the same people, just they've changed slightly in the thousands of years or whatever to have gotten to space.
Yeah.
I'm
So
playing a Warhammer fantasy game.
Yeah. So I mean, the big thing about Starfinder, because I played first edition, is yes, it's set far in the future because spaceships and all of that. The big thing that for this is that essentially Galarian, the planet we're on, disappeared,
Yeah,
and with that disappearance, also history and memories and written records for a period of time just also went blank. And so civilizations like just kind of woke up one day realizing, shit, we don't remember anything about ourselves and before the today.
yeah,
And like they have access to all this tech and it's been like 200 to 300 years since then, but with a little bit of the restructuring that's happened because of that event. But yes, and then there's space travel called the Drift. But I'm curious to see if they are doing a soft reboot or if they're continuing off where 1E left off because
I think
there
it's like a
was
full. From what I understand, they like changed a lot in the new books.
okay.
but
All right, yeah, because I know
haven't
that
seen
there
them
was
yet,
the
though.
Drift Crisis. Yeah, the
It
Drift
could
Crisis
still
was, like,
be.
big.
I just know that the main goal I think was to get the
Make it
lore
compatible.
and also the compatibility. Yeah, was I think because I think it's my understanding the original lore was kind of all over the place. So kind of like 1E lore is also a little crazy for
It
Pathfinder.
is a bit
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. All right.
I mean, technically 2E lore just kind of picks up where 1E
You're
left off.
you're not wrong. They try to be a bit more consistent now, though. I think.
Yes, like they've definitely dialed it in, but everything that happened in 1E did still technically happen.
I know, but it's just
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to believe you have that many crises back to back, as close as, you know.
Yeah.
The world is
No,
ending
that's
every week. I don't know what to tell you guys.
yeah, and in one adventure path you're traveling to World War I Earth. Yes,
Yeah, kind of. All right,
no,
but
no, you
we'll.
actually do. But
Oh no,
anyways,
I know
yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it's stuff, but we'll
Really.
not get distracted here.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So what are you
So,
guys thinking?
well, I mean, if and just for when we were scouting, we didn't really see an approach where they wouldn't spot us, right? It's pretty much
No, like I said,
after a certain point. Yeah.
they've kind of set up really well these little
Okay.
guard towers that are they're not completely over all of the tree line, but you can tell they definitely have sight lines, for example, up and down the stream. And also, they're going to see much further into the forest itself than, you know, obviously you're going to see from the ground.
Yeah.
So
Because yeah, I was like, I just kind of gauge how close we can get before we gotta start,
yeah,
worrying about them, raining arrows down on us.
I mean, you know, I would think most of you guys would be aware that, you know, your average short bow's got about a 60-foot range. Past that, it's a bit harder to hit stuff with. Obviously, a longbow can go a little further, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I say we get as close as we can and then start making a run.
yeah.
Yeah, probably the best idea.
How sturdy are those guard towers?
I mean, you have no real way to know without getting close enough to them and rolling a crafting check to examine the craftsmanship.
Maybe
Like
me and
they're
Pepper.
not flimsy. They're not like, you know, rattling in the wind or anything else. They're solid structures that are sitting
Not
there.
jerry rigged and
Yeah, no. It's not a goblin
attached with
watchtower.
steel wire and duct tape.
Well,
Okay.
Fish sticks.
you know, like it
No
is it
holes.
is a legit little watchtower, and it has, you know, little mini kind of wooden palisades along the side. So, you know, shooting down from there is going to be much easier than you shooting up at him in there, since he's going to have cover.
How close is it to, or what time of day is it?
By the time you guys find the watchtower, probably about midday. Given the
Okay,
direction
so
you guys have, you
we
guys
don't-
find it pretty quick, going straight to the river, following the tracks. I'm assuming no detours. About, you know, a little past midday.
At
Okay.
night, we have a better chance of not being spot.
True, but
Yeah.
how many of us have dark vision?
Rachel.
Pretty sure I do.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, not having dark vision in Pathfinder is fucking rough. Even low light vision, if there's no light, you're still just blind. Like, low light vision
Yeah,
implies there's low
uh,
light. If there's no light, you're no better than just having no vision at all anyway.
So only Celine, Resi, and Ramornia have dark vision. Um, Pepper has low light.
So
Cinnamon has low light, and Ariel has low light, and Brax has nothing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a good
better to
plan,
do this
but
during the day.
but yeah, better to do it during the day. So I would say just kind of probably best to try and
Take
sneak
them
up
during the day.
as well, probably best to try and sneak up as close as as Resi was able to get, and then just kind of and then just make our way from there and go from that.
So there is no surprise attack.
Well,
Surprise rounds
there's not
don't exist in Pathfinder
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't exist in
Like,
that's
you
what I
get
was gonna
surprise
say, so.
attack by rolling better on initiative. Like, for the
Indeed.
most part, it's assumed that in most combats, you're probably going to see each other at the same time. Just because of the fact that so many people rolling stealths and all the perceptions and everything else, you're almost certainly never going to actually get a stealthy approach with more than, like, one person. Like you might get the drop on one person if you're sneaking up on one guy, but if there's 8 guards that all get a perception check versus all of the stealths you guys roll, there's no shot, realistically.
Sure.
Also, I've seen your stealth rolls so far, and to be honest, none of
Not
you have
good.
actually even succeeded on a basic DC check for a stealth roll.
Really?
So use that as you
Really?
will, yeah. The highest roll someone has right now is a 13,
Yeah.
which is 2 below a standard
Ooh, ouch.
15 DC. And these guys actually have perception that's higher than that, so the DC is actually higher than that, since it would be versus their perception DC, which is their perception plus 10. So, yeah, you guys are not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's kind of why they did away with surprise rounds anyway, because
Yeah.
there's like no shot realistically. Getting everyone to move stealthily when half the people are going to fail the roll just because of the nature of dice. I mean, it could happen though.
Organize your watches and
Much like everyone can miss, 3 rounds worth of combats in a row. It could happen, but it's, the game just doesn't account for that ever being a thing. Also, it's my experience that in 5e, players love to try to get sneak attacks on enemies, but you know what players hate? When the DM sneak attacks them with enemies.
oh yeah.
So you don't get it just your way. It's both or nothing.
Yeah.
So basically,
I'm gonna have to use that myself.
Yeah.
we either go in or we don't.
I mean, it's only fair if the players can sneak in while enemies are sleeping. There's no reason enemies can't sneak in while you guys are sleeping too.
I mean, obviously from our first night.
Yeah. All right. So what's the plan? Like, give me a number here. Like, so I'm gonna paint a picture for you.
Well, we
At
don't
the-
have much of a choice.
Well,
No,
at
no,
the
let him finish.
at the far north of the camp, kind of towards, where like just outside of the area where they've kind of not set up, this little stream actually does kind of break, and it flows out and around this little smaller chunk of land that we're just going to call an island, even though it's not quite right. But yeah, it kind of breaks around that, and from the camp itself, the top of that island to the nearest guard tower is probably about 80 feet away. And when Rezi went up, basically she went up to kind of where the stream would split, but didn't quite go onto the island itself, which is probably a little closer to probably about 100 feet away from where one of these guard towers is.
Okay.
And like I said, they are on both sides of this little stream. So use that information as you will.
How deep is the stream?
I don't know. It might hit you like, well, it depends on your height, but for everyone except for Cinnamon, might hit you just below the waist. So it'd be kind of like
Okay.
difficult terrain.
Okay, but yeah, not deep enough to really kind of.
No, you're probably not gonna drown in it for sure, but it might take a little effort to trudge through, or you could jump across it, but jumping does take run up and 2 actions. So
Yeah, unless you have the feats for
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
yeah, but also the question was also kind of directed in could we use it as a stealth approach sort of thing, but it does not sound like it.
Use the water.
Yes.
As a stealth. I mean,
Yeah.
are you trying to go like Rambo's submarine under the water with a little reed?
I mean, that was the question.
Little
line of
breathing tube?
questioning.
I mean, it is
That
5
was-
feet deep. It could work. It is the middle of day. The river's pretty clear, but yeah, you'd still probably get pretty close before they actually would see you in the water itself.
Okay. I mean, Resi will kind of make a note of that to see if people are interested, because
Yeah.
otherwise it's just sneaking through the forest.
I mean, that's how my people hunt.
You guys have an expert amongst you right there. Grax Rambo Jr. Little reed mouth pipe creeping through the water.
Grabs Rambo. Any relation?
I mean, that's his cousin.
But yeah, those are kind of the two options at this point. Which one do we want to do? Because we're just kind of going around in circles at this point. So
That's the
do we want to
the
just
best
charge
part
in,
of
or do we
planning.
want to sneak in?
The best,
Charge in. Let's go.
the best part of player planning is making an elaborate plan and it failing on step one and just having to improvise anyway.
Indeed.
Exactly.
So charge in or sneak in? What are we thinking? Those are the two options.
Sneak in.
All right, that's one vote for sneak. What do the rest of you think?
I mean, either way, we're probably gonna have to fight our way in, but you know.
I mean, the sneak
Well,
could get you
yeah.
in closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to sneak in first.
All right. Is everyone in agreement with that?
I'm fine with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do, and this will be, I'm gonna say that this stealth roll will basically get you onto the top of that little island, which is about 80 feet away from the guard towers. And what we'll do is everyone just give me a blind stealth. And rather than rolling for every single one of these guys, because that's annoying, I'm just gonna do the two guys that are actively looking in the guard tower. Actually, they don't even need to roll. They just have a number you have to beat. So.
Maybe we can roll above a 5 this time.
That would be nice. But I think you're asking for a lot.
All right. Wow. Okay. All right. So you guys start creeping your way down there. For the most part, you guys all feel like you are being pretty quiet. Ramornia seems to be having some problems. But Celine, you and Cinnamon are both there to kind of guide and help her a bit. And you guys do manage to get to where the river kind of breaks, and you can either position yourself on the east bank, the left bank as it kind of goes around this island, or you can kind of trudge through that bit of water onto the tip of this little island in the middle of the split stream if you like. So you guys are about, like I said, about 80 yards away from the guard tower right now.
80 yards or 80 feet?
80 feet, sorry.
I was gonna say because that's 240 feet.
Yeah. That is a lot further.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was like, Resi. Well, so when you say island, like, does it go back into like the streams merging?
So yeah, kind of think of like a stream flowing kind of from the north, kind of down towards the southwest, and it kind of branches out around like a small little landmass before it kind of merges back together about. Let me measure this out. Probably about 50 feet. The little island in the middle is about 50 feet long before the stream kind of reconverges and flows as a singular stream again.
Okay. And Resi would probably go for one of the banks.
All right, so what are you thinking? East, west?
East.
All right. So we have one on east. What about the rest of you? What are you guys doing? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting people's tokens on my map based on where they say they're going. You guys are still well away from where the token is, and I'm not going to actually toggle the map on for you yet, but this is just for my... We'll just, we'll go down the list. Cinnamon, which side of the bank? Are you right in the middle on your bear? East bank, west bank, or right on that island?
We'll go east.
All right, so you are also on the east bank over there with Rezi. All right, going down the list, Grax.
East.
All right. Noticing a trend here. Let me spread you guys out a little bit. We got the bear right there. Got Cinnamon there. Got Grax there. And Ramornia.
Um, our stealth is pretty low, so um, we'll probably have to. I think we would stay with the group.
All right, so if everyone wants to be on the east bank, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right, give me a.
You don't want to spread out?
Well, I mean, that's
At all?
what I'm saying to you guys. That's kind of up to you guys. There
I would.
are advantages to both.
I would have originally suggested Resi and Grax, and then the rest was split between the two of them. But if we're all gonna go the same, either we do that or we all just go to the same place. 'Cause I think they're the two tankier of people. But
Well, what I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but would everyone else want to do that?
or we can just all stay together.
All right, let me.
I kind of.
give me
I
a second
kinda
here.
prefer to stay all together.
Yeah, let
It
me.
all depends
Okay.
on cover, I guess.
Well, let me. I'm actually gonna draw you guys. You guys are gonna see my fucking artwork in action right here. I'm gonna draw you a map of what you see, and let me just tell you now, this might be the greatest map you've ever seen ever.
I'm sure it will be.
This so looks like something
We just got
else.
an ad.
It looks like an ear. Oh yeah, we're on ad break. So yeah, if you need to get a drink and everything while I draw this map, it'd be a good time for it. The river keeps going like that. We got one. We got another. Yeah, this is some good shit right here. It's hard to believe. Hard to believe how good I am at drawing stuff.
Yeah. Amazing that you aren't doing this for your living.
I know, like. Hold on, let me. I gotta make sure that this is the realism is here. Where's my brush? Here we go. And yeah, the other one's kind of more like. All right, now keep in mind that this is definitely not to scale, but this is to kind of give you an idea.
Adazor.
I'll just throw this on.
For me, anyway.
I'll throw this on Discord. We'll throw this in the other art, where you guys can enjoy this picture here. So if you see that there, you see the little island in the middle.
That is amazing.
The little river kind of goes around it, and there are guard towers. Like I said, there's one on the west bank, and there's one kind of further in on the east side. You know of at least one guard in each. It probably.
I would say probably at that point, with the placement of the towers as they are, I would do West Bank for sneaking in.
Yeah, so Rezi, give me a blind perception real quick, and I'll just see how close you guesstimate these towers might be to one another, to maybe give a little bit of perspective to our glorious map here. You'd guess, honestly, like from where you could tell, anywhere from like 50 to 100 feet apart.
Okay.
So there's definitely a large gap between these towers. And the little stream itself looks to be, pretty close to 10 feet wide at most places.
Yeah. So yeah, either we split to attack the tower separately, um, or I say we focus on the west tower if we're going to stay together. So, is everyone still wanting to stay together?
Whatever the group says.
All right, we're gonna
Well, I mean,
leave. We're gonna leave the decision up to Celine, who doesn't want to make a decision.
My thing is,
Why do you do the three?
one attack. If we attack all one tower, the other tower has a chance to keep hitting us.
well, that's
So,
why I asked if we want to
yeah,
split and hit them.
I
So
think
that's
it'd be a better idea to kind of split.
okay.
Yeah, so
Then
we're
who
not
wants?
being attacked from the other tower
Yeah.
while we're attacking the one.
All right,
Okay.
so
Then how do we want to split the group? Because I know someone said Graxon as the leader of the tank of one party and Resi as the other. So
Yeah.
who do we
yeah.
want to have the which two do we want with each?
So what I'm gonna do for right now, I'm gonna put Grax on the East River and Rezi on the West Bank. All right, so Celine, which side are you going on, East or West?
We'll go on the west side of the vagina.
All right, you're on the west side of the vagina. Yeah, I thought that when I was drawing it too. I was like, nope. I'm just gonna say it's an ear, but you already ruined that. Thanks.
Sorry.
Ramornia, what side of the river?
That's what I'm here for.
Um, is Cinnamon still going east?
She hasn't picked yet. I'm just kind of going down.
Oh, okay. Um,
Right
I
now, it's
will-
Rezi and Selena on one side and just Grax on the other.
Oh, I'll go with Grex.
Okay, so you and Bran will go with Grax. All right, Pepper, what side of the river? East, west? Very interesting.
So you said pepper, not cinnamon.
Pepper says that he is assaulting across the island, the vagina in the middle.
Um, we can go west.
The bird also
Okay.
agrees, assaulting the vagina in the middle.
So Ariel goes east then.
All right, so we're gonna put that there. We're gonna put there. We're gonna put the bird over there. She'll go over here with them. All right, so everyone is in position. We are going to do one more blind stealth check to see if you guys get to where you are on the map. If you get to where you are on the map, we'll go to initiative there. Potentially beneficial for you guys if you roll well. If you don't, they are going to spot someone and probably call it out. Which, I mean, the end result is... It's nearly the same. It's just a matter for narrative purposes. Oh my god.
Does anyone want to? Should anyone be considering rolling their
Uh,
hero point?
I'm just gonna say that if you guys seriously want to try to stealth closer, everyone who has rolled might want to consider using their hero point. Which,
Okay.
I mean, admittedly,
Everyone?
that's a lot of hero points to potentially use. These are even worse rolls. Remember when I said your other stealth rolls were bad?
These are even worse?
These are
They're worse.
worse.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, am I supposed to be rolling right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone give
everyone.
me a blind stealth. It
Yes,
looks like
everyone's
Rezi rolled, Grax rolled, Celine rolled, and Cinnamon has rolled. Cinnamon did... Note that Cinnamon and Ramornia did roll after I said these are the worst stealth rolls I've ever seen. So they are excluded from that comment.
Oh, so they did good then.
They did pretty well.
Supposedly.
Oh, I'll be right back. Sorry.
No,
We just yell at the rest of the group, just like, shut up!
You're making too much noise.
I'll reroll.
why are you guys so loud?
I'll reroll.
Yeah.
Celine, I can hear you across the river.
I'll reroll.
All right. Rezi has re-rolled. Let's get Grax. Grax gonna re-roll? Cinnamon, what are you thinking? Or not Cinnamon, Celine, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
All right, so you three are down a hero point. Let's get this right here. This is it. Damn.
Good or bad? That's bad.
Shit.
Is that a good down or a bad down?
All right, so this is how this happens. Give me 1 second here.
I want to face plant or something.
Oh,
My guess.
Back-
Fell in the river.
Welcome back.
okay.
all
Just
drowned.
start stopping at the
around.
river.
Screens. My hair.
I can't drown.
All right, so you guys are creeping your way up there, and for the most part, you guys are doing a fairly good job of getting there. Right up until. And Celine, you have a choice here. I'm going to give you a choice.
Oh boy.
You either make a bunch of noise and give everyone away, or you trip and fall and you'll start the combat prone on the ground and 10 feet away from about 10 feet away from everyone else.
I'll do the prone.
All right,
I won't out everyone else.
so we'll put
Just
you,
remember the sacrifice.
we'll put
that
you
I have
prone,
plainly-
and I'm going to move you guys over to this map. Give me 1 second here. Because you guys are now basically, with the exception of Celine, who's about 10 feet further back from where she is, technically out in the blackness up there, everyone else is about where they're supposed to be. So, we're going to go right up here. Why isn't that, is it shift? It is shift.
Yeah. Celine stepped in a.
Tripped on a giant root, and she started to howl but covered her
Right,
mouth,
go
which
for
did
it.
require her to face plant in the dirt fairly hard. But she didn't cry out.
Of course.
I was gonna say stepped into a giant ant's nest, but
She went face first
Hey,
into the
that's
ant's
the-
nest.
Don't add
Fire
this.
ants.
Fire
Right?
ants. Celine, give me a fortitude save.
No. See what you did?
No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. All right, but what we will do here is there's really no shot of getting any closer. So we're just going to go to initiative. They haven't actually noticed you yet, but we're going to play this out turn by turn rather than
Really?
the other way. So yeah, go to initiative. Like I said, they're not going to immediately attack. This is a moment where you guys rolling good on initiative could help you guys out to get, charge in there before they really know what's happening. But by the same token, it could also end potentially bad. We'll see.
So is this one a public roll? This is a public
Yeah. Initiative's always public. Perception outside of initiative is almost always private, but in initiative is
Okay, two of us
22.
just rolled nat 20s.
damn. All right, I didn't know you.
Two nat 20s.
I didn't know you guys
Some
were
good
gangsters like
initiative
that.
roll.
Yeah, I'm seeing a damn nat 20 there. Okay. Okay. All right. So, all right, Rezi, if you do want to have rage already, since it's technically not combat, we'll just go straight to it.
okay. Well, then I won't do that.
Yeah, like I said, this is still. I'm just putting it for the order that people are going in. We're not. No one's fighting. They haven't seen you. They're not shooting at you. But it's gonna basically be, people kind of deciding what they want to do. So. And there we go. All right, so we'll start the encounter.
Fight.
Why is that? Oh no! Give me 1 second here. That's annoying. Hold on a sec. Uh-oh, wow. Where'd this music come from?
You started the encounter.
It's very intense.
Oh, you know what? The Pathfinder module has music built in the encounter thing. Yeah, give me 1 sec, though. I've turned off the tracker on the stream view so many times, and it keeps turning on, and it's in the worst possible spot if you look at the stream. Right in the middle of the fucking screen. And it's not even showing, like, everything either. That's like the best part, right? Like, it's showing part of it. And according to Stream Viewer, it's not even supposed to be there. But, we can all look and see that it's it is there. Why you
Good
do
times.
right? Why do you do this to me? And yeah, no. Stream viewer says yeah, no, it's not there. I'm looking at it. It's there, 100%. Give me one sec though. Where was that setting at? Luke, I don't know what you're laughing about. It is kind of funny though. I have tested this. It didn't do this when we had a combat in this same game. Nothing has changed since the last time we played this, and it worked fine. So let's reload this. Give me one sec. And let's see if this actually breaks it even better. I'm excited. Someone put a poll up. Who thinks this worked? Put an X in chat if you think this worked. I'm not putting an X in there because I'm pretty sure it didn't work.
What's the opposite of X?
Give me a Y if you think this is going to fail
Check
horribly.
marks.
I'm hold on here. Let me just
It seems to be taking a while though.
let me just get my Y in there too. Yeah, it really is. Someone hum some like soothing elevator music, or like when you're stuck on a phone call. Someone just
Like dun, dun,
yeah,
dun,
just
dun, 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 dun.
just hum something to keep the people entertained.
Do 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 do
There you
do
go.
do
See?
do do do.
There you go. Oh, oop,
Yeah, don't worry.
things are happening.
It's
Do 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 do.
I need to make like a little splash screen that just pops up that just says technical difficulties.
Yeah, you can usually like do like a be right back screen as like a separate scene or something like
Yeah,
that.
I need to do that one too. You've seen my art skills though. You understand why I haven't made one myself.
Well, I mean, those are fairly
you
cheap online.
Oh, I know. I'm fairly cheap online too.
Streamlabs has like basic ones.
Why is it still there? Like, and I can't move. That's the worst part is I can't move it either. Give me one sec here.
What about the whatchamacallit, the little
Now, the gear thing, this is all the options it gives, which is like nothing. And the headers aren't there either. That's the other problem. So I can't even. You know what? That's a good idea though. Hold on. Also, why did that get so loud again? Damn.
Really
to
loud.
reset it.
Damn. No, but it's supposed to keep the volume, so that's kind of weird. All right, let's turn that off. Let's turn headers back on though, because then we can at least close it. Yeah, the right click isn't working. Show. All right, let's try. It's gonna have to reload again, unfortunately, but we may have fixed it. Give me an X in chat for fixed it. Y in chat for we made it worse. Y in chat for no difference, and Z in chat for we made it fucking worse. I'm going with this myself as a testament to my own ingenuity. It's not that I doubt myself; it's that I know Foundry.
Time will tell.
I do have an idea to fix it if this one doesn't work. It's just a really convoluted ass backwards way of doing it. Also, Foundry looks like it's just having problems tonight.
Might be.
Yeah.
Like it's like hanging up on
Yeah, it's
itself if
possible.
you notice. Like your world seems to be taking a while to load.
Yeah, it's taking a.
Yeah, I
We
had to,
broke it.
we broke it. It's all right. Give it a second. If all else fails, I'll take my shoe and hit it.
Slap the side of the screen like an old box TV.
Dude,
All right.
the first computer monitor I ever had, for the first computer I ever had, my uncle gave it to us, and he left it too close to a like UV lamp he had, and it like melted the side of the monitor. So the monitor still worked, but occasionally the screen colors would mess up, and the only way to fix it was actually to take a shoe and beat the shit out of the side of the monitor. and it would fix until you turned the monitor off, at which point it broke again. But
Don't you don't you miss the
That sounds
80s?
fun.
like, and it's like she said too, the old box TVs, like old technology was the only technology that worked better after you beat its ass.
Right.
You do that to your technology now, that shit just breaks. You're done. I hit my current monitor with a shoe, the screen shatters, the plastic explodes. That's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fixed. We are good. Look at that. See, even I doubted me, and I fixed it. All right, so moving down the turn order here, Rezi, you are going to be the first person up since the first actual person up is not currently looking for you. So you're over here. What do you want to do?
Like just start like sneaking up the trees.
All right, remember, sneak is only half. You can only move 10 each time.
All right, so that's 10.
Okay.
That's 10,
Perfect.
and then
All right, give me a stealth
that's
roll too.
okay.
Blind
So that's
stealth.
that's my 30.
Yep. We'll see how you do.
Uh,
That clumsy, I will say that clumsy has not been doing you any favors. I don't know if you plotted for that when you went with a clumsy weapon, but the minus to dex and stealth stuff has been... You've been close on a few that you've just missed because of the clumsy.
fair.
But I mean, I get I dig the vibes you've got. Yeah, no, you are part ninja right now. Celine has no idea where you went. Cinnamon can only barely make out where you are. But yeah, you are, right now, you are confident in your ability that you are hidden. Grax. Oh my god, it got loud again. Hold on, let me turn it down.
Stealthing as well.
Alright, so you can move up to half your movement each time. Give me a blind stealth roll. I think your movement is 25 as well, so you can move 10 each time for each of your actions. Oh yeah, you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty good. All right, so that is 1.5 moves. You got 5 more feet. All right, so there we'll leave you there. You've crept up. You're feeling good. Ramornia, you can just barely make out Grax, but you know he seems like he's sticking to the brush pretty well. We'll go to Cinnamon. Cinnamon, you want to stealth, or do you just want to run in shouting bloodthirsty cries in hopes of breaking their lines?
I was
Jenkins.
I was flight, like, could I still kind of glide a bit, or
So what you have right now, because you're still low level, is you can fly once per round for 15 feet. So you can fly like 15 feet, and then you kind of slowly drift back down to the ground. But you can only do that once per round.
I think she will do that.
Oh yeah, so you can...
Do I have to roll for stealth too if I don't want to be seen?
You're honestly small enough that I'll let the fly move go without the stealth roll. But if you want to try to sneak after that, you might need one. I will give you a slight bonus though, because you are like... You're like, what, like
Tiny.
9 inches tall? Like, you look like a squirrel just at the distance, you know? You're not... Ain't no one mistaking, like, Grax for a squirrel. Like, maybe a large crocodile, but...
Well, he's a large, scaly squirrel. All right, let's go. 15 feet here,
Alright.
and roll.
Now remember, too, if you want Pepper to move, you have to use one of your actions to command him to move twice. And he'll also need his own stealth roll.
Okay.
Though he is a bear, so, you know, there are bears out here. He might not look too crazy,
Yeah.
you know.
He just blends in with the woods.
All right, give me your stealth roll. All right, yeah, you are a ninja, or so you think. Celine, you lose track of Cinnamon almost instantly. Between her size and everything else, like she blends in. She might have even put on some like Rambo war paint when you weren't looking. Like she's pretty stealthed right now.
All right, and so I can move another like 10 feet.
Yep, 10
right?
feet.
Is that 5 or 10?
I think you were here, so that was 5. If you move diagonal, though, it's too far. You have to move either left or right for the last one if you want to get 10 feet out of it.
Like that?
Because of your little token. Let me see what square you're actually in. No, you're still in the same square. You can go there, though, if you want.
Oh,
And you could
the
even
squares are way big.
Yeah, you can go
All right.
there. You have 1 action left if you want to command your bear.
All right, I'll command Pepper, Sergeant.
All right, and Pepper has 35 feet of movement, so... And he does...
Oh, he doesn't have his own roll thing.
He does. If you go to his proficiencies, he has stealth there. He's not trained. Bears generally aren't stealth hunters, but you know he does have a plus something.
I don't see his proficiency.
Oh wait, did I even give you his sheet? Hold on, I might not have given you ownership. No, I didn't. Give me a sec. You are the owner of Pepper. There you go.
All right, cool.
Let me double check. Never. Or Skarn now. Changing the name on me.
Yep, I do that.
Alright. So he has 35 feet of movement and he has 2 actions, 15 feet each time. So he can move about 30 feet total.
Alright, he'll...
I do some behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, you have control of your familiar. Alright, and Pepper creeps up as well. Celine, you are currently face down in a fire ant nest. I need you to give me 20 fortitude saves.
20 of them, huh?
Alright, no, but you are face down on the ground. If you want to stand up, that's an action.
Alright. Yes, I would like to stand up, yes.
Alright, so 1 action to stand up.
And then move forward stealthily.
Alright, give me a stealth roll. And you are an elf, so... You actually have 30 feet of movement, so you can move 15 each time with your remaining 2, so you can actually move 30 feet stealthed. So once you give me that roll. And thank you whoever followed. You're a gentleman and you're a gentleman and a scholar. Regardless. Alright, yeah. And you can move 30 feet, Celine. Dang, you guys are creeping. Why are you guys rolling good all of a sudden? I don't like it. Yeah, you can share the square with
Okay, I thought so.
with little our little sprite friend. All right, so we'll go to
Your turn.
this guy.
Don't I get the ring scare in my head?
Is he on you? I assume. Maybe you're wearing him like a parrot.
Oh, yeah, probably.
All right, so Skarn is with you. Gonna do a thing here. He's looking. He's not seeing anything just yet. All right, Romornia.
I'm just a really big squirrel.
Just a really big, scaly squirrel.
Big squirrel.
Oh shit! I never even put her on the initiative. That's funny. It'll happen eventually. Yeah, she rolled really bad anyway. Perfect.
So I'm going to. Is Braun with me, or is he going to be moving separately? Like
He will move separately, yeah. Unless you want to manifest him later, which does take 3 actions. It might be kind of rough.
No. You stay that with me. And I need to do a stealth roll. You said.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So Ramornia, you do have your act together. If you want Braun to stealth as well, you'll also need to give me a stealth roll from him, and you'll be able to just split up your actions between the two of you guys to move up.
Okay. And Braun. There you go. I did that for Braun's sheet, but it says Remornia.
No, I can see it from Braun. You're good.
Oh, okay.
All right, so yeah, you have your movement. How do you want to break this up? 2 movements each, probably.
Yeah.
All right, so Braun can move. You can both. Braun can move basically about 20 feet, and you're going to be able to move about 30 feet.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're an elf. You're a lot faster than he is.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to creep right up there next to Grax. All
Yep.
right, yeah, Braun's got about 20. And to speed this along, I'm going to have her do her stealth check now.
There you go. With Grex.
All right. How much movement does she have? Well, she.
It is your turn.
Damn, how long was I muted?
Uh,
Well, no, Ramornia obviously heard some of what I said, so she did.
yeah,
I
like
heard
She,
some of-
you
It was-
you were
oh,
like determining how much she could sneak up, and then you just stopped talking.
oh, that's so weird because I didn't even hit the button, but yeah, it was on, so I don't know. But yeah, Ariel goes fucking. She's a forest elf ninja. Let me double check something here. No, you guys are still good there. We're gonna push
It is your
here.
turn.
Still good there. We're gonna push there.
It's your turn.
Still good there. We're gonna push there.
It's your turn. It is your turn.
Double check something here. All right, so you guys move into position, and for the most part, everything is going really well. You guys have crept in pretty closely. And there is this lady sitting on a log with 2 axes right here. And you can kind of see, like, her stand up and start looking around. And then you notice her basically look right at you, Ramornia and Grax. And she calls out that there are intruders.
Oh, so we failed.
You guys were actually doing really well. You guys were stealthing from everyone else but her specifically. So no, you guys didn't do that bad. It's just she has better perception than they do. So it is 1 action for her to turn up, 1 action for her to pull out her axes. And then she is actually going to... Let me double check her movement real quick before she does anything. Oh, I wish their sheets looked like ours. It would be so much easier. And she's actually going to move up, but kind of keep that tree between you as best she can. And we will go to Rezi.
All right. Let's take a wait. All right, so Rezi is
Yeah, you would have definitely heard it too. Her yelling out
Yeah.
intruders. So everyone is basically aware now that the shit has hit the fan.
okay. And how high up are these?
It is a 10-foot climb up a ladder.
Oh, that's not bad.
Well, the ladder's technically difficult terrain, though. It's not
Yeah.
like
Right.
running on flat ground. So a 10-foot ladder is actually a 20-foot climb in terms of movement.
Okay. So And so let's see here. So if that says, I don't know if you can see my
It says
movement thing.
40. Yeah, it would technically be
Yeah.
60 to get up there.
Okay. But and so that would be 3 movements, but I would be able to get up there and basically draw his attention.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, then she's like, she calls out, like, help the others, and then I'm going for this one. And
Alright.
then then you just see her like, just just rushing through the forest, and before this guy knows it, like you just see this goblin with a huge maul just like climbing up and just jumping up and just like with it in her hands, like just like she's got it like on one hand as she climbs, and then she's like brings it up with both hands as she gets to the top.
All right. Technically, because you do need a hand free to climb the ladder, you are going to have one hand on it at the start of next turn. But, so you'll have to regrip if you want a two hand. But, I mean, these guys die like papers, so you'll be fine.
Okay, sounds fair.
Yeah. All right. Cracks.
I would like to use Key Rush.
All right. Go ahead and cast that and put it in the chat.
It
Oh, hey, let
doesn't
me
have-
let me we'll make a focus thing for you right here. Give me one sec.
Okay.
Were you going with divine or occult for your key spells? Do you consider yourself a more, divine scaled squirrel, or more occult?
What's the difference? mechanic-wise?
There really isn't one. It's just how you want to RP it out, more or less.
One more shamanic. Would that
What do you mean?
like shaman in nature?
Okay, so like more
stuff?
divine then.
Okay.
All right, so we'll give it
Then yeah.
divine. So we'll give you that.
How do you target to like draw people's attention to it on Foundry?
To draw people's attention to which
Like
part?
a spot on the map?
Shift click. You have key rush, I believe. All right, there you go. You have
Right.
one focus point.
Okay.
If you check your spells now, Grax, you should see it there. It's the little magic wand icon. It should be the fourth one next to the little box. Yep. So you get to move 2 times, 2 strides, 2 steps, 1 stride, and you will be concealed during this movement until the start of your next turn. So yeah, if you want to hit that, you can just cast that there, and for 1 action, you'll basically get to move twice.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just.
And I move right up to.
All right,
them,
I'll give you the concealed right there for the 1 action.
and I will. Now, this doesn't count towards my like.
No. You have no multi-attack penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not an attack or anything. There's no attack. If you see the little boxes on the thing where it says Concentrate, Divine, Focus, Monk, if you don't see an attack thing there, then it doesn't count towards map. There are some things that do, like escaping a grapple will count towards map. But yeah, no, key rush, you're good.
I use my
All right.
dragon stance.
All right, go ahead and apply that to yourself. I assume we're about to see some flurry of blows.
Absolutely. And I will use First, I'll use the dragon tail attack from the dragon stance.
All right, target her for me, and yep, roll me an attack roll.
Yes. Target. Not working.
Just mouse over and push T.
I did. I am.
What's the other way to target? I know there's multiple ways to do it. Try. Can you right click her, and is there a little targeter icon?
No, it doesn't let you do anything.
Oh, there it goes. It worked that time.
All right, you're good.
Oh, I know how to do it.
Well, he got
on
it
the
already anyway.
I got it.
Yeah. The alternate thing is the encounter tracker.
Yeah. I like the hissing noise. That'll hit.
I like the noises.
Roll me some stuff. All right. She will take 7 points and go seductively at you.
And then I will claw at her.
All right.
Aw, man, that was almost.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh.
And for my final map, I'll try to
Well,
claw
no,
her.
that's
Oh, right,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, the 2 attacks for 1, the stance for 1, and the double move for 1. All right, Cinnamon, you are up. Let's move our map back up. Cinnamon, you're buried under Celine. Celine, I'm going to temporarily put you there, but you're where Nevermore is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't find myself.
All right, Celine. Or Cinnamon.
Cha. Okay. So how far is this dude? Oh, he's kind of far.
I mean, he's about 45 feet away. Probably closer to 50, 55 because it would be at an angle upward.
The height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's spells that.
You can needle darts.
I mean, target him in darts.
Needle darts. Here we go.
This poor guy. He was friendly. He wanted to meet you guys and take you guys to a nice seafood dinner. Yeah. That'll it. Take you to a nice seafood dinner and never call you again.
Allergic to seafood.
Oh, shit.
Allergic, so we have to rescue her, you know?
Right. Alright, he's still up. Not quite bloodied. 1 action left, Cinnamon. What do you want to do? You could send Pepper charging across the river, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that actually.
All right, so use 1 action to Pepper. Pepper does have, what, 35 feet of movement? Yeah. It does cost 10 to get through here, so he has technically... To get Pepper to here will take... how far did he move? I want to say he still has a little bit left. He was there. He moved...
I thought I moved him 35.
Well, 35, the problem is that that's difficult terrain, so in 1 movement he'd have to stop short. He can stop here if you want for the first movement.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because, like, crossing this, each of the squares in the water is 10 feet of movement. And if you go diagonal, it's even more because that stacks. But he still has 1 more action, so... He gets 2 for your 1. You've only used 1 of his.
Oh, can he move more?
Yeah, he has 1 more action. Basically, you'll only get 25 feet because he has to cross the river, but you can move 25 feet across the river. Yeah, he can move there, easy. All right.
Yeah.
Pepper moves up, and we will go to Celine.
You are next.
All right, let me put Celine. Technically, you know you're on her square right there, so.
Yeah. They're tossing up for force barrage.
I could. I will say, I'm saying this on Rezi's behalf. Rezi did tell you guys to go for the ones across the river.
Okay, so she's gonna take her those.
Like, she wasted all of her movement to get up there, and if you guys kill it after she gets up there, then she just has to climb back down and waste a bunch of movement again.
Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
I had to have line of sight for force barrage, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see that guy up there. There's no shot of seeing this lady over here, though. There's clumps of trees in the way.
So this guy on the other tower?
You could probably see the other guy on the other tower, but I think even he's out of force barrage range. He's like, yeah, he's 100 feet away.
It's 120.
Oh, is it? Then yeah, you can definitely blast the guy in the other tower with force barrage. For some reason, I thought it was 80, but I admit I've not really played a caster in Pathfinder yet myself, so
The Eldritch Blast of Pathfinder.
apparently. Target him for me, and yeah, just link that spell and then roll damage 3 times since there's no to hit roll need. I assume you want to shoot all 3.
Yes.
All right.
That's a nice spell.
Yeah.
I approve.
Like, just the guaranteed damage sometimes is, like, I know we had an encounter in Luke's game where I think Morgan killed the enemy with Force Barrage because none of us could hit it.
I had to reload, I think.
All right, that's fine.
It's showing up for me. I had this problem before.
Yep. Also, pro tip for everyone else, when it's not your turn, it's usually a good idea to already be thinking what you're going to do when your turn comes around. It saves us a lot of time so we don't have like a 3-hour combat. Because I know some people, I'll be like, it's your turn, and people are like deer in a headlight, like, I'm gonna... Hold on, let me look at my sheet. You should have been looking at your sheet before. But I think everyone in this game, you guys are usually pretty good about it.
Yeah.
But I have played with people before where it's like every time they come up, it's like they've never played the game before.
Like, surprise.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like you've been playing that
I
character
have one-
for like
I
a
have one of those
month,
players.
and you still don't know what anything does. You zone out during combat, so when your turn comes up, you don't even know where you are on the map, much less everyone else. All right, yeah,
Are we
roll.
still playing? No.
Right, roll me that damage 3 times. Oh no, look at the little missiles go. Damn, they're flying. Oh my god, why are you shooting so many? It's only 3. Actually,
Was that 3 or?
no, you only rolled twice. I only see 2 damage numbers.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I it was shooting out 2 for each one. I don't know. All right, yeah, it does. I think it shoots out 2 for each. All right, so
Oh, yeah, it does shoot it too.
he's gonna take that
Okay.
damage. He's gonna take that damage, and he's gonna take that damage, and he will
And die.
Die.
fall back over the side of the kind of palisades of that tower, and his body will
He
just
had a bad day.
drop to the ground there. Look at Celine, MVP
Okay.
of the
Can I
combat
still
already.
move?
No, that was all 3 of your actions to shoot
never
3.
mind. Oh, okay.
It's
I'll
one
deal with
action
it.
per, yeah. So we'll go
It is your turn.
to here. This is actually going to be funny. In Grax, you will have an arrow fly towards you out of the bush. As this gentleman here that was also stealthily on patrol is going to... Damn, he rolled a crit.
Bush arrow.
Yep.
Jeez.
We'll take 17
Ah.
points of damage.
Ow.
And that is his first action. I'm not sure he likes actually being that close. He's going to take another action to reposition. And
I was gonna say he's really close.
the funny thing is, she rolled a nat 20 on stealth. So she was standing right next to him. He didn't notice. But now she knows he's there now. He's going to try a second shot, though. Critical miss. He shouldn't be getting... And
Wait,
he-
she didn't
oh,
get an attack of opportunity when he moved away?
no, she doesn't
was
have
right
one.
next to him?
Doesn't have one till 6.
Dang it.
Yeah, Pathfinder, unless you're a fighter, you generally don't get an attack of opportunity till 6. And there are some classes that never get one. For example, Grax will get stuff that he can use as reaction to chase an enemy when they move, but he doesn't get an attack of opportunity either as a monk.
Drinking a potion, how many actions is that?
I think it's technically 2, because it's 1 to pull it out and then 1 to drink it.
Okay.
So that is his go.
You are next.
Where's this gentleman at? Bruh, I don't even see you on... I don't even know where you are on the map. Hold on.
The
Oh,
grayed out
oh,
one?
he's dead.
Is
Never
that the
mind.
dead
Yeah, he's
one?
dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Okay.
That's why I was
That's
like,
the grayed out one.
yeah, because he didn't have the little thing around his token. I was like, why can't I find him? Normally, it's easy to figure out
It's your turn.
who it is, and she's just gonna move there and
bonk him.
do swashbuckler things for no reason. Let's just do some cartwheels. And she will take a
Cartwheels
swing.
over to him.
Take a swing. And she'll hit. He's probably about to get fucked up, but we'll see. Swashbucklers are really good.
Yeah.
Especially after the remaster. I had no... It's one of those things, I've wanted to try one for a while, but I never did. And then I was like, you know what? This is a good game to see if I'd ever play one in a regular game. And he
Hey,
will
he
drop.
did.
Just going to demoralize the other guy to hopefully help out. And we'll apply Frightened to Grax's opponent there and get Panache again, and that's her turn. All right, Remornia.
It'll be your turn next.
I'm going to
Standard summoner action. Boost Eidolon.
standard summoner, boost Eidolon.
Boost Eidolon, have him move, and then 2 attacks. That's
Yeah.
It's either that or
Does he have
the
enough?
well, he's not stealthing. He's got 25. He was up there, right?
Yeah, he was up here. Is he enough to
So-
get to her?
Yeah, for sure. He can move.
Flanker?
He can move straight to
Behind
right.
and flank?
Let's check. He was behind you. Yeah, I think that's 25, right? Right there.
Yeah, that's 25.
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
So yeah, you got flanking.
Nice.
Where are his actions?
They should be on his sheet. He should.
Oh,
he
on
should.
his sheet, not
Yeah,
my
yeah.
sheet.
He has his own sheet.
Yeah. All right, and he is going to.
Here, we'll drop that on him there. So he's got the boost Eidolon buff.
Where? There it is. He is going to. Claw at.
Usually, you want to use the bite first, and then the claw
That's
second.
what I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
because you want you
yeah.
want for the map one, you want the smaller one because it's a smaller die of damage too.
This is all blind, right?
No. Attacks are always open. Just target him and just hit the attack button, and you are good to go.
Oh, did I not target the guy?
I don't think you did, but a 23, I'm pretty sure hits. It does. Her AC's also getting screwed up because of the fear, as Ariel hit him with the people's eyebrow, her with the people's eyebrow across the way.
And then damage, right?
Yep. Actually, I like to think she murdered this guy so bad that his death cry made her afraid. You just hear, ah! And he was dead. Alright, take some damage. She's still up.
So now he's gonna claw at her.
Alright. Give me that claw at the second map button.
Oh right, second mat. Discard
Alright.
that.
So
I
what
didn't
we'll
do
do, no, it's fine. We can keep the roll. We'll just, he won't get the +9. Will be a +5. It won't be a crit, but it is still regular damage.
Okay.
It was almost a crit, though. Actually, no, with the flank, it is actually a crit. I'll just double it. Because, yeah, no, the flank, she technically had a 12. We take
That's
that
what I'm
away.
saying.
You hit 22. Yeah, because of the flank and the frightened, it just barely got the crit. And she will go down.
She did. She did.
And then we will go to whoever's next
It
in
is your
line.
turn.
Oh, God, who is this? Oh, all right.
I did.
And Celine, an arrow comes flying out of the brush at you as well. As this gentleman here takes a shot, redraws an arrow, and tries again. Misses the first, but will hit you with the second.
Man in the bush.
Howie.
Hit you for a massive 3 points of damage. I need you
How
to
rude.
give me a will save, a reflex save, and a fortitude save.
Really?
No.
Okay, what the thing?
He's going to move out over here to take a little bit of cover behind this tree. Yeah, like right there. It's probably good.
It's your turn.
All right, and the guy up there. Oh, don't target yourself, bro. Had his bow drawn originally. He will drop the bow and pull out a dagger and try to make a strike at Rezi.
Okay.
And he will land a hit for... Oh shit, bro. Damn, you're about to get fucked up. 2. That is his
It
action.
is your turn.
I wish it wouldn't yell at me that it's my turn every time, but...
Right.
I know because I'm controlling all of the little guys. Your turn. I'm like, I know. Relax. He will draw his weapon because he didn't have it drawn, and then we'll take 2 shots. First at Bran, and the second at Grex. And he does make his check, but he critically misses bow. Damn, he rolled really bad. Damn, that concealed is paying dividends right now.
Wait, he missed both of us?
Yeah, he missed Bran and Grex.
He trained at the Stormtrooper
It is your
school.
turn.
The Stormtrooper School of Shooting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, you're not trying to hit them. You're just trying to... And another arrow will come out towards Ramornia, but will also miss.
Oh.
He will take a second shot. Come on, chat. Give me a hero point for the NPCs.
Oh, don't.
No.
Chat,
Please, no.
use some of your channel points to get me some hero points for these NPCs. All right, and you will take 4 points of damage. And he is going to use his last action to move up here. And top of the order, round 3. She is dead. We will go to Rezi in the tower.
All right.
In the music room with the lead pipe.
Right. All right. So first, raging.
All right.
Ooh. That effect's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It is pretty nice.
And then changing grip to get the. As that was a free action, so first action is to change the grip to get the maul good to go, and then target, and then swinging on this guy.
All right.
Oh,
Ugh.
Come on, chat. Rezi needs a hero point. Who's got one? Going once. Going twice.
And are we allowed to give one?
If
We can give
you
it to
can
each
give it to each
other,
other,
yeah.
but you can't give it to yourself. And I do have some limits in place. I think you can only give it's like a certain number per session. I want to say it's like 2 or 3. Oh damn! Luke just gave one. And Irish. So yeah, you have one, Rezi. If Irish, if you want to give that one to someone else, you can. Luke gave that one to Rezi. So Rezi, you do have a hero point if you want to.
okay. Yeah, I'll definitely reroll.
I will give mine to Grex.
All right. So Grax, you give another hero point as well. That'll hit.
Thank you.
Luke wants the hero point, even though he's not in the game. And
Give it to me,
16.
Gerda. Oh,
And
you
he will fly off the side as well. He's got a path around there, but
Right.
I'm sure me or the girlfriend will have some on Tuesday.
one action
Yeah.
left, I think.
All right. So,
Yeah, one action left, I believe.
well,
It was
if
a free-
you wanted to jump down,
Okay. Like if you just want to drop off the side.
yeah.
I think
Like
isn't
the-
it the first is it the first 10 feet or 5 feet of falling doesn't do anything, and then it's fall distance after that. But
First
I don't
10 feet.
Luke,
And then after that, it
Luke,
depends
what-
on if it's the same as.
well, it's not. It's I don't know that it is. Well, we'll just double check real quick because Luke doesn't know. Luke's letting me down right now. If you fall more than
falling.
5 feet when you land, you take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell. So you would ignore 5 feet. You'd take 2 points of bludgeoning damage for dropping
Okay.
off the 10-foot tower.
Okay, then yeah, I mean I have a temp HP of 2, so
Yeah. So just remove the temp HP. You land the ground and you can basically move normally.
all right.
Do
So
they get
yeah.
badass points for that?
I mean, it was only a 10-foot fall, bro. If you fall down the side of like a 50-foot, 5-story building, then yeah, I'm gonna give you panache if you're a swashbuckler.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I don't really feel like letting go of my axe, so you just uh Celine just sees Resi just jump off the tower, kind of just land, and then just start booking it towards the next guy over here.
All right.
Yeah, kill him. He shot me.
I mean, it's more like you ran off the
Yeah.
tower, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Because it's insane that they do have jump feats, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, so there's like it like she lands harder than you
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just,
yeah.
like, she's not very
I like to
graceful in
think
her
that you just
drop.
did like the cartoon run thing where you just started running up there and you went off, dropped down, and then just kept running.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
All right, so I took off that, and that was third action because it was 1 to grip, 1 to attack, 1 to move.
All right, Grax.
I am moving here,
All right.
I think. Yeah. I use my flurry of blows.
All right, target him for me and give me some attacks.
First attack is Dragon Tail.
All right. And you do have a hero point too, so but you are not going to need it for that first roll. That will hit, even though you didn't target him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I thought I did.
Someone has him targeted. I thought it was you too, but I think it was someone else. Actually, we're in an ad
Oh.
break, so I'm going to apply this damage real quick. And he's going to die during the ad break. But yeah, if you want to use the bathroom, get a drink, anything else, do it now. We'll re-pick up.
Alright.
You'll still have, you moved. You have one more flurry. Well, there's no one in range.
Yeah.
But you'll have one more action when we get back. And I'm going to actually get some water because I chugged.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yep, be right back. Well, I'm back. Everyone
So
here?
much-
Yep.
Oh man, Ramornia, were you streaming? Did you want to do the thing again? Oh, I don't know if she's back yet.
I'm back. No, I'm not streaming
Oh,
tonight.
okay. Okay, that's...
I'm having to get something fixed with my like thing, so hopefully I'll be able to stream next week.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh damn,
So,
I forgot to ask.
oh.
All right, go ahead.
I'd like to use my battle medicine.
Okay, third action,
To-
battle medicine. Yep. So just
keep
hit that
my-
treat wounds button, and let's. You do have a hero point for this too. So on the if you look in the chat where it says battle medicine, there's a little button called treat wounds. If you hit that, it should do the roll and everything for you.
Oh, there it is. I think. Public, yes.
All right. All right. So it will fail, but you do have a hero
I'll-
point.
I'll use it.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and click the treat wounds button for me again, or you can just do it off the 1d20 plus 5 part. There it was.
What was
All right, and you will heal for 11.
nice?
You are immune to battle medicine for a day, but, you know, that's not bad.
Yep.
And the concealment ends when
That's
your
my
turn
turn.
ends. All right, so we will go to Cinnamon, who's
Hidden behind
still
Celine
hidden
again.
under Celine. So let's, we'll move Celine temporarily.
I'm using her as a shield.
It's a good strategy. All right.
Which
Well,
totally
say,
worked. 'cause
where
I get
is
shot
she?
and didn't-
Yes, that's me. Okay, so
Wow, that was a.
That zoomed me over to her.
Yeah, I can. You can.
Yeah.
I can shift click to pull the map around.
Okay.
In case people were wondering where she disappeared to.
so to hit this guy, is the tree in the way?
It is a little in the way. I mean, if you move a little bit out, because spells do need line of sight, and if we like ruler between you, the tree is basically in the middle of that straight line.
So if you move forward,
But I mean, if you move like anywhere over there, almost, yeah, like right there, you now have line of sight. So,
I'm back.
Okay.
welcome back.
lock him in.
So one action to move, target him, and then yeah.
Do
As these
more.
weren't bandits, these are rangers at a station, looking out for bandits, right?
That's what's gonna happen when it's all over and you look at them and you realize that they're Restov Rangers. You guys just
There's such
murdered
a
them,
thing as
and
Restov
it's
Rangers?
gonna be a new campaign where you guys are now. We're just gonna shift to the Outlaws of Kingmaker. Yeah, roll me some damage. That hits. The Outlaws of Kingmaker. Still up.
Ah.
All right, Celine. Let me put you
We have
back
to
where you are.
We have to change the name to Kingbreaker.
I mean, technically, Kingmaker actually does allow you, if you read the city rules, you actually can make a really fucked up city, and you can kind of go like the semi-evil route. I'm not sure I'd recommend that for like a first playthrough. It could be really fun to see in like a replay one day, where you just do like the most evil shit possible, but just this murder Olegs, fuck it, take their stuff. All right, Celine.
I might be a savage.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
not a
going
savage.
to.
All right, Celine's gonna
That gives
move.
me line of sight, right?
Yeah. Is that if you do the ruler and you see a
Yeah,
straight line
weird.
between you and whatever it is, like I said, it brushes the tree, but the trunk's like right here, so now you're good.
Okay. We'll do meter darts.
Yeah, if you actually mouse over the trees, you can like see under him. See, for the stream, like he's actually under the little leaves right there. All right, you got him targeted. Give me a to hit roll here. Get ready with the hero points, chat. I'm not saying Celine rolls bad, but
You are saying it, though, aren't you?
No, I didn't say anything. I just said I'm not saying that. That's going to critically hit, see? You're welcome.
Holy
Dang.
crap. I'll accept
Roll
that,
me some
Jesus.
damage and we will double it. This poor bandit. This poor Restov Ranger. Alright, double and he will go down. That is...
Awesome.
Oh, here, let me move your... There we go. Man, they're looking pretty dead. That guy's dead.
It
That
will be
guy's
your
dead.
turn next. It's your turn.
She's still alive. Is anyone alive? Oh, that one guy. Double check.
Yeah.
We have one guy left.
Yep.
The one that tried to shoot me, or did shoot me.
I mean, she can get there in 2 actions. Dude, Swashbuckler's got crazy movement, too. With Panache, she already moves at like 40.
Holy smokes.
Like, she goes like 80 in 2 rounds. I think me and Bard were talking about just like crazy outlandish way movement stuff. Having people that roll like oh wow, that almost
What if-
missed.
Wait, is she an elf?
She is.
Okay.
Damn, that was like one of the worst damages you could roll for that many dice. He's still up. Nope, never mind, he's dead. I stand corrected, sorry. He died. I think that's... Yeah, that is in fact everybody. The encounter will
Now,
end.
these were just the guard tower locations, or was this their camp?
I mean, it's a good question. It does line up with kind of what you heard about where the camp was. They do have these, like I said, these little guard towers. There are stuff underneath them as well. If you guys want to look around a bit,
Yeah, Resi will be looking around.
Of course.
then yeah, I mean the game's not paused. Go look around.
I'm gonna pick up.
She's just gonna go sit
Yeah.
on this log.
I'm gonna pick up a couple of rations, silver pieces, and the silver stag lord amulet.
Okay, that's doable.
How do we do
Oh.
that? Do we just
I mean, double click a body.
right click it?
Double click a body. You can drag stuff. This lady up here, she
Hold on,
does.
drag it.
She does have a hatchet and some
Wait,
studded
how do
leather.
we take it out of their...
Just drag it from theirs into the inventory on yours. Just have both open and just drag it straight across.
Oh, okay.
Remember not to overload yourselves. Unless you want to move really slow around. But yeah, just kind of based on, you know, everything else. This does seem to be the camp in question.
Yeah, and we needed to either bring them back or show that we did kill them. So the amulets are probably a good thing
I
to
was gonna
grab.
say, if we grab the amulets, will that be enough proof?
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to chop heads off, you know.
Maybe take their ears. I
Or
don't
take ears, or, you know, cut off both thumbs so you have matching sets. Stuff like that, you know. We did kill what?
Scalp.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, and then after that, Resi will kind of be looking underneath this tower.
Yeah, so a tower there, you do find it looks like it's mostly like camping supplies. You know, where they're storing the tents and stuff in between, because it looks like they're kind of trying to keep most of the area kind of clear until they're ready to actually settle in for the night. But you know, just kind of basic stuff like that. Like if you're interested in another like single tent, you could definitely find one in there. But I think all of you guys bought tents at this point.
Yeah, I think we like bought tents and like outfitted a tent to one of the wagons to
Yeah,
use it.
We
Yeah.
did it to both, I believe.
Yeah, I think you guys did.
We covered both wagons.
Yeah. And then she'll go over and inspect the cart over here.
All right, so you head over to the cart. And
I
there,
took everything but the weapons and armor out of the guys because that would probably encumber me.
yeah.
Carry much.
So the wagon itself, for the most part, is empty. The only thing in the wagon, and give me one sec here. There are the ingredients to construct what looks like a trap of some kind.
Mm, I'm assuming I would need crafting to
Yeah.
identify it.
Yeah.
All right. Resi will kind of look it over. She's like, she like knows of traps, like from like catching rabbits and other stuff, and catching dogs so that you can beat them senseless. Because goblins and dogs and horses. Goblins do not get along with dogs or horses, but she tolerates the horses for the wagon, even though she stays at the back of the wagon. But she's like, she kind of recognizes it, but she's like, yeah, I have no idea what this is. And she kind of calls out, if there's anyone that knows how to make things, there's something in here. It looks like a trap, but I don't know for what.
What do the rest of you guys think? Do any of you guys know how to make things?
Does she shout that all the way over here?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, you
What
can
would
definitely
that be under survival?
crafting.
Crafting.
It's the
Oh,
parts to
no.
make a trap, but you aren't sure what kind of trap without knowing some crafting.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Like if the trap already made, then survival could definitely be the one to put it down.
Yeah.
But
Yep, I've got nothing.
No, no sword crafting.
Actually, let's see.
is anyone even
Skill.
trained in crafting?
I'm not.
Skarn is?
Not time.
Who's Skarn?
Oh no, the bird shouldn't be trained. No, the bird that it's not trained. It just has the proficiency bonus, like everyone has, like where you get the +2 at level 2.
Oh, I was looking at the party skills under the party sheet,
Yeah.
and it says Skarn is
Because
trained.
technically, yeah, it's
Yes, he makes a little jewelry for me.
yeah,
Uh,
like the
but
trained
no,
would be a
no
different.
one's trained.
All right, well then, yeah, it's not really of much use to you.
Is the wagon intact?
The wagon looks actually pretty old, and is currently broken down. The wheels no longer work and everything else, but yeah, it's definitely seen better days, centuries, better everything.
Oh no.
You get the feeling it's more like a prop than an actual used as a wagon anyway.
Yeah, it might be like used for stationary storage for the camp
Yeah, stuff like that.
or a landmark. Yeah.
I think we should look around the area.
Yeah, probably not a
Plenty
bad
more.
idea.
Yeah, give me some perception checks, blind. Oh dang, look at Josh. Josh, aren't you supposed to be at work right now? You in here subscribing with Prime like a gentleman and a scholar when you should be working? So you can make generous contributions to the stream? Via
He's
the
working
PayPal
too.
button that I don't think I have on my stream anywhere, but should probably put on there so you can make generous contributions. Actually, I don't. I have not looked at like what's even written at the bottom of my stream, so I don't even know what's there. I'm just being real.
You have nothing. All you have is playing games, running games, doing things. Come say hi. That's all it says.
Hell yeah, dude, we're doing things. Do a barrel roll. All right, so Anima just put in a lot of points. So someone needs to get on their webcam and do a barrel roll on their floor right now. It's only fair. Who's it gonna be? Anima, who do you want to do a barrel roll? And why is it Celine? Who was the first one
I
to say
knew it.
pass?
What the fuck?
Who was the first one to say pass?
Damn it. Damn it.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know who he gave the hero point to. It's up to him. But yeah, there is no barrel rolling. That would be funny though. Aw, he said you're the prettiest though.
Ah, thank you so much.
Dang, are you gonna take that, Ramornia? And Cinnamon? I think you guys are gonna have to fight. It's the only way. Trial by combat.
We're just fighting each other.
Yep. In the river over there. In bikinis.
Which character
I
is
know,
that, by the way?
Grax
You-
is
actually, you
pretty,
know what?
so-
We're gonna save that for the OnlyFans content as well. You have to subscribe to get that. That doesn't happen on normal stream. That's the private video that gets sold individually. So
He
That's the
doesn't even know which character it is
look,
he's playing.
I don't even know.
I'm Celine,
It doesn't matter which character it
the
is.
purple one.
This is Celine over here. Look, we'll show it in there.
There you go.
There you go.
Also, Celine, while you are kind of searching around the area you are in, you come across something under this tower. Something very interesting that you might want to go look at. Right
Okay,
there.
I will do that.
Celine, this is your moment. This is where you steal all of the loot and retire from being an adventurer.
Ooh,
Pretty
Like,
nice.
you haven't told anyone else it's there yet. Only you know it's there. You could certainly steal it all.
I will share.
I mean, it's only like 9 gold pieces and some silver.
Yeah, a tent.
I mean, there's
Pair of silver
some-
She
earrings.
does. She has a recognizable
One
voice.
music
That's
box.
why.
I mean, if I was just a
Trade of
guard
furs
with
and
that,
pelts.
I would think about quitting.
Yeah, there's some stuff there. You guys made a little bit more money there, and you'll also get some stuff when you report back with the amulets. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna send all of that stuff straight to the party stash because you guys do have the wagons close by.
Okay,
You didn't
thank
leave
you.
them behind, so it's just easier. And that way, when you guys sell the extra stuff, you can sort it because you guys do have a wagon. If you guys were all on foot, then that would be different. But no, you guys have the wagons nearby with your escort NPCs. So yeah, they had a little camp here. You loot through the bodies. You spend some time looking around. Let me double check something here, though. If you guys want to converse amongst yourselves. Wow, no, don't everyone talk at once.
Who's gonna share the tent with me?
Oh, dang.
Resi has her own one-person tent, but she can share if it comes to it.
I mean,
I'm comfortable sleeping outside.
that's also on the OnlyFans. Don't be bringing that out yet. Too many people. 3 girls, 1 tent.
Is there room for a bear?
3 girls,
No.
1 bear, 1 tent.
We're not doing anything with the bear. That's
3
order
girls,
That's got
1
nothing to do with
bear,
us.
1 raven, 1 tent.
Oh jeez.
Ramornia is gonna sleep in one of the covered
And
wagons.
you're right, 1 hellhound as well.
Uh-huh.
And 1 corpse.
Even worse.
Gonna be
Corpse.
one of those.
In
I'll
fact,
say
there's a lot of
Lu-
corpses, so
Luke, it is if it's a if it's a tent meant for one person.
yeah, that's the part you're missing. This is a 1-person tent. It's not big. And there's a hellhound and a bear in there. So,
I'll sleep under one of the trees.
all right. So, yeah, you spend some time gathering up. So, this would be a good place to rest for the night, if you guys want to settle here before you head back.
Sleep up in a tower over here.
Hellhound does
That's
put
a
it
good
into the
idea.
NC-17 territory. That is correct.
Yeah, Resi will find a good tree to tie her tent to and settle in.
So, yeah, you guys will settle in for the night.
Hammock time.
You can, actually, we have to run our thingy here 1 sec. We'll see if it works better this time than it did the other time. No, we are not trying to create a kingdom yet. Relax. I like this add-on, but it does take a moment to open up. for everybody. We'll see if it opens up for you guys. If,
Oh, there it goes.
yep. So yeah, you guys will set up. You're in the thing, gonna eat some rations. You guys do have a shitload of rations if you look right here on
Yeah.
the top. You guys,
Yeah.
between all of you and everything else, you've got a lot of food, but you guys do eat
Yep.
decent amount of food. And
Actually,
Oh, 99 plus.
Thankfully, my hellhound doesn't
yeah, I'll
actually
just
eat
eat
food.
rations. I won't hunt.
at some
I will.
point in the early morning to the middle of the night, rain does begin to come down for those of you that were sleeping without a tent, which I think is just might just be Grax, and Oriole was also just sleeping
I,
under the trees.
I'm okay with the rain.
Yeah, I mean she'll probably grumble and maybe go hide under the guard tower. But yeah, let's push our
I find it
calendar forward.
soothing.
It's kind of nice, right? Got the little sound effects.
Reminds me of home.
Oh, did it push us forward? It did push us forward today. Perfect. If I hit the little rest button, we're learning how these mods work together in unison, so that's good.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, you guys wake up the next morning. It is raining, but you guys ate some food, gathered up your stuff, got your wagons, got your posse together. What's the plan?
Do we need to rest though?
Yeah, you can long
Or is
rest
it
your sheets.
okay?
You
Oh,
long rested. It doesn't do
Didn't-
your sheets
didn't
for
you
me.
do it?
No, that's
Uh,
just it progresses the day on the calendar and checks for the day's weather and any other stuff. And also it also does the random encounter table. Like if something were to sneak in the middle of the night. And it
You
sets
did
up.
it, and it.
Wasn't I wounded?
Oh, did it do it for you guys too?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you did it for me.
Okay, well then that's actually really cool that the mod does that. So
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
It didn't do it for
Yeah.
me, so I did it.
question.
I think it's mostly the
Um,
casters that need it, but yeah, you're good. What's up?
Oleg. Were we looking for some of his stuff here?
He wanted you to be on the lookout for his wife's ring.
Did we
Um,
find that amongst the bandits?
Nothing you found here was a ring, no. I think there was
Okay.
actually there might have been a ring, but you're pretty
Some
sure it wasn't the
earrings.
wed. Yeah, it was an earring. But you do know, provided people remember, there are a number of bandit camps in the Greenbelt. That was part of your charter to come out here to get to eventually
Yeah.
get the help to establish kingdom, is you were to remove the bandit threat. This is the first, and you guys do know that a gentleman by the name of the Stag Lord is kind of the current bandit king of the Greenbelt. But yeah, this is just the one camp that was kind of harassing Oleg, and very likely probably paying tribute to the Stag Lord and everything else as well. So
So it's
Okay.
possible this ring could be on the Stag Lord.
yeah,
or
it's
something.
definitely possible. The ring got passed on as tribute to the Stag Lord, or it's even possible that another bandit stole it from the bandit who stole it. Something to keep an eye out for, though. Let's move back over here. We'll zoom back in right here. So what's the plan? You guys just want to spend the, probably take you like, yeah, it's a little like about a day and a half to get back to Oleg's. Or if there's any of the surrounding area you want to take a look at.
Yeah,
Do we want
Yeah.
to explore more, or
yeah,
because we did need to find the ring?
I kind of do want to
Yeah.
explore.
Yeah,
I
I mean, is there any tracks leading not back towards Oleg's that we could potentially follow?
Yeah,
I mean,
let's-
there's plenty of tracks that go kind of up and down along the if you look at the map, the river you guys are on with the camp going in both directions. So
Okay.
like it
We
definitely
could-
gets traffic through here. Definitely more south than north, since the north kind of leads to the little game trail that you guys found that eventually winds its way through the forest back to that main road that leads to Oleg's from the west.
Okay. Do
You
we want to
guys,
maybe follow things south,
yeah.
Yeah, follow the river.
and
All right.
then because once we get out of the forest, we can pick up speed.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys can head down. So you guys want to go down to here,
Yeah.
this lovely bridge here.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you guys go down there, and the river basically kind of opens up again. The forest, you kind of leave it behind, and you're back more on, kind of flatter plains, um, with some gentle hills and whatnot. But for the most part, it's kind of very open terrain. Um, and it does take you about half the day to kind of get into this zone. And then I assume you guys want to kind of look around. So yeah, go ahead and give me some blind perception checks. Or like I said, if you want to keep looking for tracks, to maybe work out where people are going, you can give me survival. And if
I'm
you're just
gonna look
interested in,
for.
potentially studying the local flora and fauna, you can give me nature. So, got some options. And they are
Uh,
blind. It goes without
why?
saying.
Why? Why does it? I do not. I can literally have it right here where it was blind.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Wonky sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that she didn't do well.
So what Rezi does is Rezi, you are following some pristine looking tracks. The only problem is that you realize, an hour later that you're basically just following Grax's tracks as he's following some other tracks.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure enough,
It's really
Grax,
fun.
the tracks that you follow a bit better, basically go up to this kind of, since this river here that you guys are on is called the Thorn River, and basically it kind of winds through this like 20-foot deep kind of gulch. Since this is a hilly area here, um, and you come to this just kind of rickety wooden bridge that spans the gulch itself and kind of would allow you passage over the river. And the tracks themselves go across that bridge, to the bank over here, and kind of just continue south from there. As for the rest of you, um, Ramornia, you and Cinnamon both find tracks of animals, or at least what you assume are animals, but neither one of you are exactly sure what type of animal made the tracks. Which is a nice way of saying you both rolled pretty bad. Celine, what are you doing during all this? Are you just riding in the wagon? Oh no, you rolled perception. Okay, so
I did.
you're just kind of
Yes, I
looking
did.
around. Gotcha. You actually find the bridge before um, Grax and them, since they're following tracks which don't always take the most efficient route, whereas you kind of spied the bridge from further off. Um, and with your perception check, you are fairly certain that if more than one person were to try to use this bridge at once, that it would very likely collapse under its own weight, or under your combined weight of your weight and its weight. And that also it would be a pretty difficult, bridge to go across.
I will mention that to the party.
You don't want to just let them fall in potentially?
Not really.
That's fair.
I've already fallen on my face once.
True.
Aw, thanks.
Don't want to share their experience. I know. I'm very kind.
You're so nice.
Very nice.
Don't get used to it.
Damn.
Dang, okay.
So what's the plan? That's kind of the most interesting thing here is just kind of the river and these low rolling hills, and then the kind of gulch that the river
How
goes down into.
how deep is this river? You said it's a gulch, though.
Yeah, at the part you are now. Basically, because the bandit camp you guys were at, and the map doesn't really do a good job of showing it, obviously, because, this whole hex, but you were in basically a pixel of this hex for the bandit camp. You guys
Yeah.
before were basically on a stream that kind of went off from the river itself. But the river itself is
Oh.
actually, pretty substantial. It would take, an athletics check to swim across, for example. And it is actually moving fairly quick, and as far as you can tell, it looks like it's, a pretty deep river. So,
So we definitely don't want to go across that bridge.
I mean, it depends on if you want to get to what's on the other side. I assume you guys didn't try to ford the river already, so currently you guys are on the east side of the river, which is the side your carts would have been on originally. So if you wanted to get to the west side of the river, then, you're going to have to
You
think
have to
of,
backtrack.
for your wagons, and also you're going to have to find your own way across as well.
Either backtrack or go forward to find a fjord. Is that what that's called?
Well,
You-
we can always go.
You guys
to
want to
the
Oregon Trail it?
north. We can always go to the north, west, east, towards
Northwest East.
Yeah,
I
northwest.
mean,
east.
you do have a lot of
Hell yeah.
stuff around.
Build our own bridge.
I mean, you could certainly spend,
With witchcrafters.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is
no,
also
yeah.
true.
Yeah, we have like, yeah, we got no
Are
crap.
are you guys sure you aren't the ones who built this bridge originally?
The
Because it
raven.
does look pretty rickety. Yeah, the
Raven.
Raven's not actually
Probably.
trained. The Raven's just got the same passage like you guys do.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, it doesn't have any worse chance. It might be able to put together a bridge better out of like twigs than you guys might. So you never know.
Yes.
The
That's
dice,
exactly it.
the dice are gonna do what the dice do.
It's safe, I promise you.
But yeah, I would say, so if we're on the east side, that's kind of like if we're gonna loop back around, the east side's the one we want to be on anyways.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless we're really gonna try and head, southwest and start looking, I would venture that we haven't found anything that's leading us on this side of the thing.
Oh no! The tracks basically go to the bridge and cross to the other side,
Oh, okay.
and that's kind of where you
Then-
lose the tracks.
Horses?
No, these don't look like
we-
like
Horses
horse
that cross them?
tracks. No,
Oh, footprints?
these
or-
are footprints. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. I would say that we should probably head back, if nothing else other than to see if we
find
might
where
get
we
some
can cross.
yeah, or at least maybe get some materials that might make the getting the wagons across easier, because we
Yeah.
don't really have anything on us. So that might just be a let's head back and get supplies sort of thing, and see what we find on the way back.
Take the wheels off,
Yeah.
ford the river. I'll roll
Yeah.
it. It'll be
Yeah,
just like
as
the
a matter of
Oregon
fact.
Trail. Like, probably 5 of you are going to drown, so definitely have your alt characters ready. You're going to lose 3 oxen, all of the supplies in the wagon, and half of you are going to drown. I've played this game before.
Or get dysentery.
Or get dysentery and drown.
gonna
Oh my
say,
god, that's even.
And the rickets.
Oh no. Yeah. So what?
What
Which
skills will pull unlock?
which scale? Which skills? Which You guys want to go the roundabout way? You want to take the shorter way?
The shorter way going to the is
Shorter way
to
would
the-
just be go northeast from here back into kind of the semi woodland area.
Yeah.
The roundabout way would be to
Yeah.
continue into the hills.
Let's do the roundabout way, because then we can kind of map the land as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys want to go into the hills here?
We're
Yeah.
not we're not in
Yeah.
a rush. So
All right,
yeah.
so guys will head here into the hills, and it's kind of more of the same. Give me those checks. You guys
I'm
spend
gonna.
the kind of the rest of the day, looking around, seeing what you can see, looking for interesting things, looking for tracks, signs of animals moving around, exotic fauna, flora, stuff of that nature.
Maybe some exotic butter.
I don't know why you'd find butter out here, but maybe. Oh damn,
Oops.
you guys rolling good? I don't
Uh,
like it.
I meant to click it, but
All right, so you do find those of you that are kind of doing the nature checks. You do find um, lots of signs of creatures in the area, but they're not necessarily um, the kind of creatures you would expect. Um, they actually look like um, you kind of see signs of basically giant insects of various types. Spiders and other, and just kind of based on like markings and droppings and things like that. These are obviously bigger insects, some of which have many legs, and some of which only have 8 legs, and kind of everything in between. Um, and those of you that did perception, which I think is just Resi, the thing that immediately kind of draws your attention, Resi, is there is an old sycamore tree kind of at the top of one of these hills. And this tree is huge. Um, you can kind of see it pretty easily once you kind of get towards the top of even any of the smaller hills in the area you're in. Um, and both Grax, you and Cinnamon find lots of footprints. Though these obviously don't belong to the bandits since they kind of start and stop here and look like they're mostly just kind of meandering about this area. But they also look like they are smaller footprints from, smaller humanoid creatures as opposed to
like
human bandits and
halflings
the
or
like.
gnomes.
Halflings, gnomes,
The Keebler elves.
Keebler elves, which I would personally say are gnomes myself.
Our
Do we do we smell any
little
fresh
radish
like
friends.
Or
cookies?
yeah, like the Mitfits, kobolds as well, all kind of match up with the size, and they do generally wear shoes. So you know. And what were you asking? Do you smell?
Fresh baked cookies.
You do smell the sweet smell of cookies with little M&Ms on top. Damn, that sounds really good.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dip it in some milk. The road not taken, but why?
The faces start popping out of trees.
Yep. And yeah, the tree definitely looks, interesting. Here, I have a better
Yeah.
description of it for you guys here. So yeah, kind of looming over the hills in this area, there is this graying hulk of a sycamore tree that's kind of clinging precariously to its last years of life. And this tree is probably a little over 100 feet tall. So this is a big MFing tree. Um, and yeah, I probably realistically, even without a perception check, I think all of you notice this tree kind of immediately as you even go into this kind of 16-mile stretch here, or 12-mile stretch. And yeah, big ass fucking tree.
Eh, uh, Resi enamored by all things large, is is
Uh-oh.
definitely trying to get the group to go check it out.
Are there any holes into the tree?
I mean, you'd have to get closer to find out. Like I said, you guys are at the bottom of the hill. Like, this tree is probably still, at this point, we'll say maybe, like, you can definitely see it, but you're probably still like a mile out from the tree proper.
All right, let's go look at this tree.
To the tree?
Yep,
Yeah.
to the tree.
To the tree.
All right, so yeah, you guys will head towards this tree. And you got wagons, so it doesn't honestly take you that long to kind of cover the distance. And even without a survival roll, you can definitely see that there are a large number of these footprints that you'd seen that definitely all seem to be coming and going in the direction this tree is in. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yep.
Keep going.
All right. How close are you guys planning to get? We'll go from there. Like right
I
up
mean,
next
Resi
to it?
wants to go all the way. Yeah, Resi wants to
Cinnamon
go all
wants
the way
to
up
touch
to it.
it.
Okay, so when you guys are probably still, I don't know, let's say maybe a couple 100 feet away, you actually see several of the small little blue humanoids that had been mentioned to you before, kind of coming and going out of this large crack, or one of many large cracks in the side of the kind of tree itself that looks like it disappears down under the ground.
And I forget, were we looking for them in any particular reason?
Check the quest log.
Oh, they were in the quest log. All right.
I mean, if you need them, I don't know. I don't know if you actually do need them.
Uh, well, no, all we have is the bandits and the bandits on both
Yeah,
sides.
yeah.
So, no, we haven't really like outside of them being mentioned. I'm just trying to remember what Oleg said about them.
Oh, you guys asked what sort of creatures were in the area. That was just one of the
Oh,
things
okay.
that he mentioned
Okay,
he'd
so
seen.
Yeah.
So,
he just mentioned it, but
yeah, it was
there's
like
no
wolves, bears, deer, um, you
magical
know,
fey folk.
the little blue fey guys that he couldn't remember the name of. That Cinnamon was like, oh, I know what that is.
Does Cinnamon know like if these guys are usually friendly?
I mean, Cinnamon, give me a nature check.
All right. Mm,
All right. So, Cinnamon, you do know that Mitflits, they can definitely be like reasoned with. They're not inherently evil or anything else. Um, and yeah, based on your role, that's kind of just the main things you probably know. Um, they're like a lot of Fae, you know. There are some evil Fae, there's some good Fae, and there's some that are kind of in between. They're not necessarily good or bad. They can be reasoned with.
Sorry.
So, do we want to go say hi or just avoid them? Is the question.
I
Let's
vote
go
we
say
go say
hi.
hi. Yeah,
I say we
I
go
say
say
hi.
hi.
Sure.
All right, so you guys just gonna march right up to this fucking tree, like, yo.
Pretty much.
What's up?
Yep. What's up?
All right.
It's like I'm very impressed with your big tree.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
That's what she said.
Damn. She did too. eyebrow waggle. All right, so yeah, you guys will head right up to the tree. And several of the kind of Mitflits see you approach, and they actually look like they're considering, retreating down into the, you assume, cave or whatever network they have kind of running through this tree. When they spot the sprite on the bear, and curiosity kind of seems to win
Take
out
over.
slightly, especially given, another fey creature. And they kind of talk to each other a bit in common, like, should we. And, they'll eventually call out to you guys in like a greeting and be like, so what are you doing here? You weren't sent by the kobolds, were you?
Resi,
No,
Resi shakes
no.
her head. I was like, no, we saw your big tree and we wanted to take a closer look.
Oh yes, it's a very nice tree, isn't it?
Very big. How did it grow so tall?
You know, I could make up something, but I don't know. I know that's what he tells you. That's not me telling you.
You,
But
I
also,
was
I
like, I
don't
can.
know either. So,
No, that's fair. No, that's valid. She's just like I said, completely enamored. Oh, just one moment.
hmm?
This a magical tree?
Oh no, no magic, I don't think. But we Mitflits have lived here for a very long time. Though you say you weren't sent by the kobolds, right?
That is correct.
Have you seen any kobolds around?
Uh, we found some guarding a turnip patch.
Radish.
A radish. She
Yes,
kind of,
don't make that mistake.
she kind of shrugs. It's like they I only usually see them in the garbage, so they all kind of look the same to me.
He says, well, we're at war with the kobolds. I don't suppose you guys are mercenaries for hire.
Resi kind of looks back. I was like, oh, I mean, we're adventurers, so we take quests, but why are you at war with the kobolds?
Oh, kobolds recently got new leader. Ugly little kobold man, always calling everyone stupid, dumb, very insulting to kobolds and Mitflits. We tell them, give leader up. They refuse.
Hmm.
Were they friendly before that?
Oh yes, we were. Well, I wouldn't say we were friends, but we were at least on amicable terms until their new leader showed up.
Resi nods. It's like, I think we can probably beat some sense into him.
He says that would be
If
most
everyone else,
appreciated.
yeah. If everyone else agrees, of course.
Well, if it's just the leader person, it sounds like they need a better leader person.
Yeah.
He says you'll find the Soot Scale Caves southeast of here, by the river.
All right.
Caves, you said?
Oh yes, big cave.
There wouldn't happen to be spiders in there, would there?
I think just kobolds. But I
Do
admit
you
I've
know
never
of
been
a spider
inside.
cave?
Oh yeah, there's Spider Cave northeast of here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
Well,
I
it's a
mean
good
there
check. It's a
there
good check.
could be spiders in the cave. I'm not positive. We actually keep giant centipedes in tree.
Resi
Giant
kind of
centipedes?
Oh
Resi kind of
yes,
starts looking
giant
up.
centipedes. And he holds out his arms like like max distance, which isn't at all very big, but that's as far as he can reach. He He says, "Oh yes, very big. Uh, put you on you on you on you's shoulders. You almost same height." And he basically points to any four, the normal sized people that aren't cinnamon.
Yeah, well, Rizzy looks impressed. I was like, do you keep them for like defense or?
Oh yes, defense, and also they make their home in the tree as well.
Ah,
They deter intruders. We leave them food on occasion. Works out for everybody.
hmm.
Guys got a good thing going here.
He kind of nods. Well, thank you for letting us take a look at your tree. If we can knock some sense into those kobolds, we'll definitely stop back by.
Of course, just if no one's out here, just knock on tree. Someone will come up. Don't knock too
Did we
hard
get a
though.
new
You
quest?
don't want centipede to come up. Yeah, you guys
Hmm.
will. I haven't actually added this one to the quest log yet though, so I'll probably do that between sessions since we are just about at our stopping point anyway. So we'll probably pause here just before the next ad anyway. Um,
Alrighty.
and,
Okay.
Okay.
yep, and you guys can give yourselves another 50 XP. I don't know what that leaves you at now. I want to say it's around 150 ish.
146. Yeah.
Yep. And
146.
we will pick up next week with, I assume, the journey to the Kobold Caves down by the river.
Cool.
I I was like, I was good this session. I only made one down by the river joke.
True, true. All right, let's see who we
So we
can.
should be at 146.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
throw a raid at I think Raz is streaming right now, right? I know
Let's
he's not.
see.
What?
He is not.
What is going on?
He normally isn't on Fridays. It's usually our Tuesday game that we can throw to him.
Yeah, the only other person is Wickasloth.
Let's see what the lowest D&D streamer is right now. And we'll throw it to one of these one viewer channels.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems good, right? Like the one guy who's streaming in
Nice.
Pathfinder right now does have 16. And it's always nice when
Yeah.
you have like no fucking viewers and people
To
dump
get
some
raid.
viewers on you, so
Yeah.
There's for Dungeons and Dragons. Oh no, that's not the.
those guys have been up for 3 hours. Is there anyone that's just D&D Tonight Verb channel?
Uh,
I also see a Curse of Strahd reboot that's been up an hour.
there.
You know, as someone that run, oh wait, that one's in Espanol. I don't know if I don't know if you guys are ready.
The lowest one I can find for Dungeons and Dragons is 4. It's a false Hydra boss fight.
Really?
Or there's one with a 4.
I see a bunch with 1.
Oh really? The lowest I see is 4.
I have it sorted though by viewers low to high. These guys are actually doing a charity thing. It looks like it's a special event. We'll throw it there. Oh wait, it's a
Okay.
rerun. Never mind. We're not gonna throw it there. They're not actually there. We'll throw it to this one. They've been up an hour. They have like 1 viewer. So we'll throw that there. All right, and we'll send this over in a second. We'll bombard them with Dorito chips and snake or
Popcorn.
raptor heads, whatever they are. I'm not even sure at this point.
I want some Doritos.
I'm only seeing one Dorito chip there, Lauren. I'm disappointed.
First session. This is our first session.
Oh, well, that's even better then.
Game's going really well, thank you. Really, really well. So much fun so far. Back inside.
Okay.
All right, we're all in there. I'm going to end this stream.
Everyone here is actually really good role players, and it's really refreshing.